Today, I am taking over as manager of Olympique Lyon, starting in January with a team that currently have financial issues. They're currently sit fourth in the table with young talents like Endrick on loan from Real Madrid. Also, big talents in the team like Malik Fofana have been linked with Liverpool, and players like Ernest Nwame, and also Alfonso Moreira in the squad. I can see we're currently fourth in the table on 36 points, not too far off Olympique Marseille, or just about ahead of us, and not too far ahead of Lille, and also Stade Rennais, and even Strasbourg. But looking into the team, Endrick's a player. Now, if we do manage to get top four this season, we might be able to sign him next season. That's what's on the line for us. But in terms of Nwame and Malik Fofana, they're back from injuries pretty soon. And Tagliafico's got a season-ending injury, so we're going to make a big signing for the left-back role. And I'm going to show you who that's going to be right now. And signing here for Fenerbahce for 9 million is Jadon Oosterwolde, the 24-year-old 76-rated centre-back/left-back. Obviously, a very pacey player, tall, physical, great defender as well. He's going to be a left-back for now, so he can play centre-back if we need him to as well. But for only 9 million, considering we only had 60 million in the budget, I feel like I made a pretty good signing. I did want to sign Bradley Locco from Stade Brestois, but unfortunately, they didn't want to let us have him. There's some Quentin Merlin, I did go in for him as well. But Oosterwolde should be a great player for us in the team to be only signing of this window. Well, let's get into the season. I think I'm going to make one pre-contract signing for next season as well. But as you can see, Oosterwolde signs for 9 million for Fenerbahce. That should be a great signing for us in this team. All right, so before we get into our first game against Lille, we're just below us in the fifth position on 32 points. Let me quickly outline the plan for season one, well, the rest of the season anyway. This is going to be half a season per episode, hopefully. Going to try doing this layout for episodes going forward. And the plan is for us to hopefully get top four. And if you guys want us to do so, and we have the money to do so next season, we can bring in Endrick on a permanent basis. He's only here on loan for the next 4 months. I see a pretty good young talent, as we know. Has been very good for Lyon since signing for him, 4 goals and 1 assist in 4 games so far for them. So playing up a good signing on permanent deal next season obviously would be fairly expensive, so we need the money to do so. Obviously, right now it's valued at 20 million, probably going to be about 25 million by the end of the season probably, so it will be maybe 25 to 30 million we'll have to pay to get him from Real Madrid into this team. But first of all though, we have to show him that he's going to join a team that's on the rise and not a team that is just kind of stagnating, and we need to get top 4 and hopefully also win the Europa League so we can convince Endrick to sign for us next season if you guys want that to be a possibility for us. The domestic trophy, the second one, I forgot what it's called now off the top of my head, but the secondary trophy in France, hopefully you can win that as we get a chance for Tasman, the American from range, hits it, the 24-year-old forces a save out of us there in goal. The Turkish shot stopper, for them. Tyler Morton, I believe, is on corners for us. Yes, he is. The Liverpool talent has also been great for Lyon since signing for them as Oosterwolde on his debut. Almost scores there. Well, Tyler Morton's going to be a big player for us in this team to develop alongside Tasman in the CDM roles. We've got Oroman Gola, the Belgian, behind him. See Corentin to lead, so we can play the CDM role and the cam role. But right now he's playing cam for us. So he does get on a -3 at cam for some reason, so that's one thing to take in mind with him in the team. Tyler Morton, no. Trying to get forward, but get a little bit lucky there. Talisa feeds it through to Malik Fofana, who's denied there by Ozir. He might not be here next season. As we get, that's a great play. Ernest Nwame, he shoots, but he's denied there by Ozir again. But we're looking pretty good. The football we're playing on the attack is great. We just need to get a goal. Here's Ainsley Maitland-Niles, so he's going to be a decent player for us at right back. If I'm an Arsenal talent inside here, to Niakate. Finds Tolisso, and again we're denied. But what an opening 16 minutes it's been for us as manager, and as a team here we're looking dangerous as Tasman, the American. There's it half here to the captain. No, there's actually Nwame who shoots. I thought there's going to be Tolisso at the top of the box, and right now Lille are struggling to deal with us on the attacks because we're getting corner back to back right now anyway. Morton short to Maitland-Niles. Now it's into the box here. Niakate plays it inside to find Tolisso, but they get it clear. The Portuguese talent has a little on the first time in this game coming forward on the attack for Donk. Back here to Correa. The Portuguese wide play gets into the box, but it's blocked. Correa again finds Haraldson. He shoots, and there's a good save there from Grief in goal. 5 minutes for us, but since then it's been Lille who've been on the attack. Well, here we go on the attack again. I saw here, as we say, that Tasman. And feed it forward, looking for Nwame, and also Endrick, but it's in between both of them, and neither of them are going to get there. So they're a team that are just below us in the table, looking to claw back ground on us to hopefully get in the sort of Champions League football. We're looking to defend this position. I see there's a lot more on the line for us than there is for them. Obviously, Endrick is a possible signing. Here's Nwame for the half-time break, and he finally opened the scoring for us in this game that we can't. Because Ozir in goal is unbelievable. I'm going to add him to the shortlist after this game because I need to see what rating he is. If he's a player that we could sign, he might be our goalkeeper moving forward if he's not too old, not too low rated. But right now he's playing incredible. Ball into the box, so looking for Oosterwolde, the Dutchman. Can't win a header before Sydney Karte. And apparently we handballed it in the process there, though. And also drop in the comments down below if you do like the planned thing moving forward, the half a season per episode as Endrick low on the attack here, cuts inside. Endrick going to get his first goal for us in this series. Endrick hits the crossbar. And to Olivier Giroud. Good defending there for Karte against him. We're nearly now into this game. I'm going to bring in Petter Suter at some point, maybe take off Tesman in midfield and keep Mawson on. Fofana though, here's Endrick. These two linking up. Two players that might not be here next season. Obviously, one of them we can probably sign. Endrick inside. It's good defending from his fellow Brazilian, Alexandro. If we don't get a win in this game, I will be disappointed, as we have played incredible. We deserved the 3 points. Tolisso over the top, looking for Endrick, one-on-one with Azur. Can he score? How have we not scored yet in this game? Here's Karabek to find Endrick. Endrick now to get the shot away. Endrick does so, but it's not the best effort. Not going to lie, because we should have won this game by now. Olivier Giroud somehow beats Karte there. Ball through into Pardo, who hits the crossbar, but it forced the feed. Of course it does. Of course it does. They've done nothing all game. We should be winning in this game like 4-0. Now we're losing 1-0. It ricochets off the crossbar and forces Felix Correa. So we should have won this game already. This game should have been dead and buried by half time. The amount of chances we had. But a draw here wouldn't be the worst result against a team that are just below us in the table, but it's a game that we should have won. Here is Moreira, the Portuguese talent, scores for us, get the ball. Oh, celebrate. Go on, go celebrate the goal for a minute, but Afonso Moreira off the bench gets a goal to level it up. Two Portuguese talents scoring this game. Correa for them, Moreira for us. And I'm not happy with that. I want the win. Then I'm gonna lash into the squad at full time. Only one minute I've done. Are you mad, referee? Get the ball forward. Come on, Endrick. Moreira, can you be the hero? The Portuguese talent has got Sulch in the box. He's got a cut inside though, but the defender, I shouldn't have done that. Mandy blocks us. And we get a 1-1 draw against Lille at home. In a game we should have won. And it's not, ludicrous to say that we should have won this game. It is obvious we should have won this game. Hendrick didn't score. He hit the crossbar at one point, had a shot that he should have done better with against Azur. And overall, look at the stats, man. We dominated possession, dominated the shots. They had 4. And they leave here with a point. Tyler Mawson, man of the match, and Tesman. That sums up the game that our two midfielders were the best players in the team. Moreira off the bench did great. And that is unfortunate we get a draw here, but it's not the worst result, but it's not the best, because we need to guarantee ourselves top 4 next season, and a draw against Lille is not going to do that. That's going to see us fall behind other teams and also them get closer to us. And well, next up here we're taking on 6th place Strasbourg here in the Coupe de France quarter-final here. Let's get straight into this one. The same team as last time. I might have switched to a formation with left wing and right wing instead of a right mid and left mid to get Fofana and Nwame further up the pitch to start with. So I feel like we're going to try that in our next game. But right now, I want to keep the 4-2-3-1. Right now, we couldn't even switch to 3 at the back. It's worked out for us recently in other Pro modes and play Oosterwolde, Karte and Mata at centre back and maybe play Maitland-Niles at CDM or maybe at right mid, or even just have maybe a backup on the bench. That could be a potential way for us. So we've got Kluivert, I believe the younger brother of Justin Kluivert, and obviously the younger son of Patrick Kluivert in the team with 90 pace at centre back. Not the highest rated defender, but a 90 pace is going to be very useful for us in the team with some decent backup players, with some young talents like Marat in the team, and also Malebe, and also Rodriguez, Moreira, and also Narte as well. Ligue Vario. Let's get into this game now against Strasbourg in the Coupe de France and hopefully advance to the next round. Paddy Shelley gets getting kicked off for Strasbourg. Also got some great players, Valentin Barker and Nassi. I see some great young players. We've got Desiree Doué, his brother as well, the fullback. If you can probably hear in the background, I've got the French commentary on because I feel like it add a bit more realism to this series. As Fofana runs through, and Fofana early on in this one gives us the lead. With a very different start in a way that we did against, obviously, against our last team that we just played, who the team is not in ahead right now, Lille, as we had a great start against them, but we couldn't score up until the final moments of the game where we got a leveller. And Fofana here with a great finish there, bent it into the top right-hand corner in the snow. You see, he leaves that one. It goes through. Tolisso plays it through to the Belgian. And that's 1-0 hit to us early in this game against a very good Strasbourg team. Like I said, they're 6th in the table. They've got some great players in their team. But we might be looking to make a big statement after drawing that last game against Lille in a game that we should have won. Panicelli now coming forward. So he had a pretty decent season for the Michigan. Ustavoda stepping in. The Argentinian, if I'm not mistaken. Moreira hitting a nasty inside here. That's going to be good defender for Niakate. Seems it's going to be a fairly open game, just like the Forest and Palace game that I'm watching in the background. It's currently half time as I'm recording this, 1-1, with the penalty being given after Nico Williams denied them off a goal with a handball. Here's a ball through to Nwame, who finds Endrick, who hits the post, and I think the keeper made a save. But I think Nwame was offside in the build-up to that. Here's Corentin Tolisso. Let's go pass it back to the Belgian. Now Morton. Hits, it's a good effort, but Penders with the save. Morton does well there, ball around the corner to Fofana. He can hopefully now beat defender. He does. Fofana now driving forward. Ball in looking to find Endrick, who turns, but couldn't get the shot over there, and they do well to defenders. Godo in there to the Nasi. Finds Panicelli, but that pass there was bad from him. He needed to keep possession there. He didn't have to pass it straight away. But we are struggling against, since we took the lead, we're struggling against them they've gone high press, which is really, we've had a majority of possession, yes, but we're struggling to create chances right now, and we need to get a second goal. So Endrick plays through Nwame. That's a great ball. Did he score? Ernest Nwame shoots, and it's a good save from Mike Penders in goal, the Belgian shot stopper. Panicelli. Maitland-Niles has done incredible there. Take it down and get... Oh, that pass from Nwame though was awful. 2 ends of the game, a great bit of skill from Maitland-Niles to defenders, and then a mistake which led to a chance, and Grief denies Moreira. It's a big save there from him, the 6'6" shot stopper. 28 years of age, 79 rated, as he has room to grow. Now Malik Fofana forward. Here to Endrick, the Brazilian. He plays it into Malik Fofana, who opened the game with a goal. Can he get a second? Yes, he does. 65 minutes in with double our lead. And a counter from a corner in which they almost, got a goal in after they, the shot that was denied by Grief of a big save. And Malik Fofana, 2 goals in this game, a play that we are going to miss if he does leave us next season to join a team like Liverpool, etc. Like I mentioned, if we do actually sell him, he doubles our lead. We're going to make some changes though. Well, what a steal by Endrick straight away in this from kickoff. Endrick could triple our lead here. Endrick to put the game to bed, and he's done so. It's a big mistake from Strasbourg there, and Endrick scores his first goal of the series, his second in the league. On loan here from Real Madrid, a play that we need to get top 4 to keep in the team if we can. Even if we do get top 4, we might not have the money to sign him next season anyway. But we want to give ourselves the chance at bringing him in to show that he can be a player for us in the team, to give him the opportunity to sign for us here, get first team football, and become a star player of the team. And we're 3-0 up against Strasbourg, so we've got a similar rest of the game as Valentin Barker goes off for them and Ben Chilwell comes on. We've got a similar rest of the game, 3-0 up. And it's going to end up being a 4-1 win with Endrick getting a second goal and Moreira getting a goal for them late on. Alright, so next up, as you can see, it's a big game for us up against Marseille, as they currently are 3rd in the table. So us finishing 4th against his qualification games for the Champions League. But also to qualify. So 3rd place is what we want to get. So beating Marseille here puts us 1 point behind them in the table. And we are taking them on, I believe, away from home for this game. I think we are playing them away from home, if I'm not mistaken. We are playing them away from home. So it's going to be a tough game for us away in Marseille. And we're going to play, I think, our usual 11 for this game. I think I'm liking the way this team is playing right now. I'm developing Malik Fofana and Nwame to play right wing so far, inside focus right now. They only have a 1+ on that position. Even as you can see, for Malik Fofana, I've 1 in that position. But right now the team's playing great. This is a big game for us though this season. If we win this, and we are one step closer to Champions League football next season, because we would rather finish in third, because fourth is only qualification, so I feel like it's a bit of a cop out to say, we've got Champions League football that way. But if we do get fourth, it is what it is. We have to qualify for Champions League football through the games that we would have to play. But hopefully we get third and we can keep Endrick in the team next season, because right now he's proven to be a good player for us in the squad. Inside here to Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who puts his shot on target with grief. Makes a save. He's almost actually 80 rated. I think in a month or two he's going to actually be 80 rated, which is very good for us. Ustavarda does great there. Now we can counter with Ernest Nwame. Oh, that pass. Tesman needed to get that through the gap there into Endrick for that break. Højbjerg to Aubameyang. He shoots the Gabonese striker, but that's a good block there from us. Also the former Arsenal and Dortmund man. But he's also had a spell at AC Milan where he didn't do quite well for himself, but that was in his younger days. Endrick, can he chip the keeper? No, he can't. That's a good save there from Rulli. Drives it into Murillo here. Good as well. And Aubameyang is looking dangerous in this game when he scores for Marseille to give them the lead. And it's been coming, to be fair. He's had 2 shots before, which Grief saved. But this one gives us some grief as we, concede. And Aubameyang runs into the box there. Poor defending from us to allow him to just charge into that central position. Someone should have been there. And Grief couldn't save it. And it's 1-0 to Marseille, courtesy of the experienced Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. I don't think at 35, 36-year-old Aubameyang will be giving me as much trouble as I am having from him in this career mode so far. But so far it's been better than, lots of Mbappe against me in recent times. Fofana, the Belgian. Charging forward, and Nwame, good run there from him. Patience paid off there for us. Can we score at the end of it? Yes, we do. It's 1-1. You saw the patience there with me with Fofana not committing to a pass or a run there, just waiting for the Nwame to stop moving forward, and he did. And the Belgian feeds it through. And the Nwame scores through. It's a play that I think I've used in the past at the Chrome mode or a rebuild, one of the two, and I liked before. I could have played it across the Endrick there, but I didn't want to take any chances. I thought, I'm just going to shoot with the Nwame. And scored to make it 1-1 in the Orange Velodrome. A stadium that I actually love, man. The look of the stadium is just different and unique. I like the stadium so much. Into this geezer. Matt O'Reilly. It's good defending there for Niakate. And the referee is, there we go. Going to call for half time. Level at the break. We take it in the derby. Kind of struggling in this game to get going. It's not really having the usual control. Morton. Please be inside. There we go for Fofana. Ball in. I don't really have a tall player, but Endrick is falling to him, and Rulli made a quick reflex save. It was a quick reflex shot for Endrick there as well, but Endrick should do better with that. So far, the games in this series they've been fun, they've been challenging. Okay, why did Endrick not? I told him to pass it 3 times there, and he didn't do it once. There we go. Thank you, Mata. He's gone down in a rating, but he's still obviously pretty good stats-wise. The 33-year-old centre-back. Well, we don't really have anyone else who can play ahead of him, who's better than him, so he's going to have to play for now, Tolisso. Why not Tyler Morton from range? And trying to get in there, Steven Gerrard, but Rulli denies him. Maitland-Niles, good defending there. 20 minutes ago, a draw is not the end of the world against Marseille, but a win would be a lot better for us to go 1 point behind them. Tesman. Such heads it down. Endrick, you got to score here. Endrick. His shot's blocked there by Balerdi. Nwame. What a game he's had. Just got to focus and find a way through. There we go. Drill it in to Endrick. Fofana, sorry. Thought Endrick made a move over to the side there. Fofana is forced all the way back. He gets an advantage there, but short-lived. Why not? Such from range. He hits it. It's a good save there from Rulli, though. It's not the best strike, but it's not the worst. And here's Timber. Good save there from Grief. Win it back near Niakate. Here is Such. He win it later on for us. He shoots, and it's a poor effort under pressure. We get a corner last kick of the game to win the derby. We're going to have to put this one into the box and look for Niakate or Ustavarda on the header. Ustavarda, can you win it? It's in towards him. Ustavarda does win the header, but it's straight into Rulli. And it's a draw, a point apiece. And they stay ahead of us by a good margin in the league, but we should have won this game. I felt like we should have won this game. Marseille were good, yes, but in the end we outplayed them. Our second half performance was much better. I feel like we should have done better in this game. We should have got the 3 points there.
And well, next up we're taking on a team that are 10 points below us in the table. That is AS Monaco in the 5th position. You can see we're currently 4 points behind Olympique Marseille to the draw against them. And they're currently off 3rd on 55 points. We're currently 4th on 51 points. Let's get into this one away from home and hopefully defeat Monaco. Well, that's a Pogba and Fati in the team and some other great players. And hopefully claw back ground on Olympique Marseille. And well, for this game, we actually are going to be at home against Monaco. And so we're going to try out a 4-2-1-3 formation for this game with Mane Fofana and Unas Tuame playing right wing and left wing. Compared to playing left mid and right mid, Tolisso is still going to be playing the cam role. Let's get into this one up against them at home and hopefully defeat Monaco here. All right, so here we go. And the commentary is still on, but I'm not too sure why it's not actually, working. I noticed in the Marseille game it wasn't actually on, but for some reason it is off again for this, even though it is on in the settings. So I'm not too sure what's going on there, but that's something I'm going to have to look into. Endrick as well there to find Fofana. Actually, no, Mame, sorry, not Fofana. Tasman will build up the attack here. Fofana. The Belgian, who's having a great season so far, but that may be detrimental to us, as he may be leaving us next season. And he does well there, but it's a good save there from the German shot stopper as Teze puts it out for a corner. You probably should have scored there, but I think goalkeeper makes a save. Tasman. Yeah, Karte back here finds Nwame, who hits it, blocked though. And it's Nwame up against Tarek Mitchell. Tolisso back into Nwame inside. Oh, we can't get the shot away there. Good defending there from Monaco. And Zaklish blocks that, trying to get that ball through to Mane Fofana there, Denis Zakaria. He's being tracked down here by the pacey Englishman in Mane Fofana, sorry, in Tarek Mitchell. So get the ball across to Nwame, shoots, it's blocked by Tilo Kieha. Teze inside to Vanderson, who's soon playing more like a CDM role in his team. As a shot there from Zaklish, was saved there though from Grief. Well, Zaklish is a talent I do want to use at some point in this game, as he's a very, very good talent player for Monaco. Ball head to Endrick, not the pass I really needed from Nwame, but the pass finds him anyway, and Cohn makes a save. Oh, Tasman caught this time by Vanderson. And Morton can't get the ball off him. Vanderson plays it forward. Now we need to track down Zaklish, the Frenchman. Back here to Balagoon. Lamine. Inside to Vanderson, who hits it, blocked today by Clinton Mata out for a corner to them. Morton. Fofana, Endrick, Tolisso over the top to find Endrick. Started the second half here, but Tilo Kieha gets it before him. We lose possession because of that. Ball over the top here to find Balagoon, who shoots, and thankfully Grief makes a good save to keep it in play as well. I'm not too sure why that was for me, but I didn't want to give them the corner, but thankfully it doesn't I don't live to regret that because we kept it away from them. Fofana. But it's got nowhere to go. They're just so defensive, Monaco here. I feel like I've got a proper focus right now to just create a chance, which is insane. Endrick on the turn, please score. And he scored! 80 minutes and we finally get a goal. And Endrick gets his 6th for the season, I believe, in the league. The number in the bottom left is so small there, I could barely read that. And Endrick on the turn gets the shot away, just about good enough there to beat the keeper, who probably needs to do better than the German shot stopper. We'll see it again from this replay. Yeah, I feel like he has to do better there. Probably couldn't. It's one of those that if he saves, it's a great save, but if it doesn't save, it's a good finisher from Endrick. And we finally get the go-ahead goal. But we need to make changes now because I want to keep this game in our grasp. Win it back there, thankfully. Mangala in here to Such. We can play it through to Mirror. The Portuguese talent running through. It's denied though. We deserve to win this game. Birif. There we go, Mangala, thank you. And the referee calls it there. So 1-0 win against Monaco. A hard-fought game. We probably should have scored more than one goal in this one, but we get the win. That's all that matters. And the stats-wise, we deserved to win. As you can see, it was a kind of even game in a way, stats-wise, but we had more possession, more shots, and we dominated the game. And Endrick, man of the match with an 8.0 rating. We get the win here, and we're closer. As long as Marseille lost to Lille, or at least dropped points, we're closer to finishing in the top 3 this season. And as you can see, Nets gains a big win in the quarterfinal first leg at home at the Olympique Lyon stadium up against Porto here. Let's get straight into this one and hopefully defeat them here in the first leg so we can soon the second leg and advance into the semi-finals of the Europa League, a competition that would be massive for us to win this season here. We've got some good players. Ustavalda steals it though to begin with. Yeah, for some reason the French commentary is not working now. Like, you know, when I first put it on, it was working. I actually just turned it off and turned it back on in the menus, and it just no longer works again. I'm not too sure what's happened there, but I'm gonna have to look into that. So I did actually like having the French commentary in the background. Give a bit more authenticity to the save, being a French league save. So we get it all the way to Samu Locus, and Enquiries didn't kick the ball fast enough, and Samu thankfully misses there. Here come Porto on the attack here. Gabriel Vega shoots. Grief with the save. He probably could have caught it. The Prem and obviously the Liga decided to head to Saudi for the money and has come back to Europe now. Which, to be fair, I respect the decision. You know, go to Saudi for 2 years, earn a lot of money, and then come back. And obviously he's now playing in Portugal for Porto. Here is Tolisso. Could he open his scoring in this game? And he has done. Tolisso scores. The captain of the team, Corentin Tolisso, who's been a big player in this career. See, untapped potential for him. He's been a good player, but injuries, I do believe, ruined his career, and also just never really reached that like next level that he could have done as a player. But Tolisso is a great player. He scores it for us though to make it 1-0. Also, winning the Europa League this season would give us guaranteed Champions League football, and also gives us a European trophy in our cabinet, which obviously would then give Endrick the more chances of staying, because you think, you know what, they won the Europa League, they've got Champions League football next season, I'm a first team player, I'm a big part of their team, the manager wants to keep me around and make me a star player of the team as Nwame. It's taken up by Thiago Silva there, but no free kick because he did get the ball, but never really made a move. Gabriel Vega, good defending there from us, but Sumar Gomez steals it off us. He shoots and Grief makes the save, and it forced Mata, who thankfully gets it away there. Why did you come short there? No, you didn't need to come. Oh, what? That pass is meant for Morton. If we concede here, it's because of all that moment. Like, just what is going on? Niakate, the ball was directly in front of you. Oh, that's actually pissed me off. But I didn't expect Niakate to just kind of forget that he can kick the ball when it's in front of him. Endrick with that thing, you know. Can you score at the end of this, please? Endrick scores. It's a great goal. Hold that, Porto. You can score your lucky goals you want. Endrick can pull out a great bit of skill and make it 2-1. The rainbow flick over the defender and a good finish there. Rainbow flick, Shaka Kivio gets him behind and finds the finisher to make it 2-1. Gets his first goal in the Europa League this season and puts us back in the lead, which we'll have to see. We've done well there. The ball through to Fofana. It's a very quiet game for Fofana. He cuts inside there, the Belgian. Finesses it. Thiago Silva makes a block though. Gomez. Kim Morrison just didn't want to get a challenge in there. Ustavalda blocks. But it's possession for Holt. Cuts inside. The Danish midfielder still going, but Niakate good defending there against him. Well, the Lyon fans are, you know, edge of their seats. Only a 1-goal lead in this game against a tough team like Porto. Ball into the box, cleared. Ustavalda. Can't get it to one of our players though. Please, Grief, collect that. What is going on? Okay, thankfully there's something in there. I think our player would have cleared off the line anyway, but there's an offside there because, if we conceded there, I would have been even more frustrated. Ball over the top. That's going to be good work there from us, so to collect that before any of their players could do. Tyler Morton. Manny Fofana, Morton forward into Endrick to find Tolisso. Tolisso over the top to find Endrick. Great play here. Endrick inside. Great move and a great finish. And it's 3-1 here. We're now a 2-goal lead, courtesy of Endrick. Gets his second goal in the competition.
and puts us 2 goals to the good here in this tie. A great bit of play. They're cutting inside. The keeper in no man's land, Costa, made a mistake there. And Endrick gets past Thiago Silva and finds the back of the net. And makes it 3-1 here in this one, which you have to see. And what a play Endrick's proving to be in this team. And hopefully next season we can bring him into the squad permanently and keep him here at Lyon for the series. And I try and hold off Mora, but he's done well there. Well, that's going to be enough time, hopefully wasted in this game, to see out the game. There we go. It's going to be 3-1 win in the first leg. I think I'm comfortable simming the second leg now, as it's 3-1. We beat Porto, we beat Thiago Silva's team. 3-1 here. Theresa above the goal, and obviously 2 from Endrick. See us get the win, which was to see. That's a big win for us in this game, up against a tough Porto team, because Porto were tough to play. They were a good team to face with Endrick. On the match performance from him, a 10.0 rating. And again, Morton and Tesman proven to be great players for us in this team. And as you can see, next game to be against the league leaders PSG. They're currently top of the table on 68 points, 7 points clear of Marseille in 61 points and 8 points clear of RC Lens there, and I think 10 points clear of us in 4th place. Now, getting to this one now, up against the league leaders, I believe, away from home, and hopefully beat them here and pull out a big victory before we head into the semi-finals of the Europa League. This is going to be a game about patience and taking opportunities. As the PSG, if they get a chance, and half a chance, they're going to probably score. But as we need to be clinical as Tolisso could do that straight away here. Tolisso does score. Their first header wasn't the best, but he did enough there to get the chance for him to score back-to-back goals for him in played games. Obviously scored against Porto to open the scoring and gets a goal here for him. So in the league. Well, a player we're most likely going to look to replace at some point, but as a player we're going to keep around in the team. I see right now has been, well, such a big player for us in the team. I see playing Cam. He just go down like a -3 for some reason in the camera, even though he does like Cam as a position, has the stats to play a Cam. But for some reason, players like Tolisso take like 300 weeks to become a Cam and like 200 weeks to become a CDM, despite them having the stats to play there and a position's already on them. It doesn't make any sense, but we get the lead here against them. Again, the commentary is not working. I've also noticed that the crowd ambience is dead. I've literally reset all my settings and stuff and changed them back, and they just don't seem to be working. So not sure what's happened, but between yesterday and today, the audio settings are just completely messed up and just don't work anymore. Vitinha, sorry. There's Dembele. Vitinha shoots, and as I could say, different grief. Ball in back of Cherki. Had a goal by João Neves, and Grief makes the save. Ball in again. Had a goal by João Neves, cleared to the line by Tesman. Oh, somehow don't get the ball there, even though it was already in front of us. Vitinha. PSG looking likely to score here, João Neves. There's good defender from Tolisso, just did a bit too much there, João Neves, who's now looking for a way forward. But there's just no space. Malik Fofana. Going to be there from him to find Tolisso. And Nwame on the turn. Nuno Mendes makes the error. And Nwame shoots, and thankfully for them, the Chevalier makes a big save because Nuno Mendes made the error. And Nwame with a good finish there. But unfortunately, the Frenchman made a big save there to keep it only at a 1-goal scoreline. Right. Fofana, Tesman, Nwame. Nuno Mendes making some big errors, and Nwame is in again, and Nwame shoots, and Chevalier somehow makes it save again and puts it onto the post. Back here to Cherki. The Georgian has a big challenge here from Tesman, though, but puts it out for a corner in the process. Ball into the box. It's going to be Oscar to collect, and he's done so. Okay, now counter from the corner here. Over the top to find Endrick running through. He's got Patrick tracking him down. Endrick, he double that goal tally, and Endrick's done so. And well, what a win this could be against PSG. Now, I didn't mean to rhyme, but it did. As Endrick here gives us a 2-goal lead in this game. It's been a great game between us and PSG. They've done well. But unfortunately for them, they found themselves 2 goals down in this game. And the scoreline, that does flatter us, yes, because PSG probably should have scored in the first half. But we should have scored more than one in the first half as well. So we're in a deserved position, but obviously PSG should have scored themselves, but thankfully for us, Greece have been making some big saves and we managed to defend them quite well so far. City yesterday blew a 2-goal leading against Spurs despite being a much better team in the game. In the second half, we just completely capitulated and just let them back into the game. Obviously, the first goal shouldn't have happened. The dominant Solanke first goal should have been disallowed for the foul on Gehi because it literally did kick him into the ball, sort of thing. So that shouldn't have happened. But the second goal from Solanke was insane. But overall, we should have won that game. This one Dembele here to Desiree Doué. It's PSG trying to get themselves back in the Ecarte. There's well to defend them, but they still have possession. Greece coming out to put them under pressure. They still somehow have the ball and they're not going to score. But Rayan Cherki somehow misses an open goal. So it's Kvaratskhelia. John Neves to Vitinha looking to feed through the Ballon d'Or winner Ousmane Dembele. And Greece, what a save that is, putting him under pressure, forcing him into the earliest shot. And he makes the save as well. And Luis Enrique is probably wondering what's happened to his team because they were top of the table, but they are top of the table. And they come here. We come here to Paris and we are outplaying them. To be fair though, it's been, like I said, an even game. It's been one of those games that we could have lost, we could win, we could draw. As Neves is somehow winning every header that he goes against. I'm not too sure João Neves is the most dangerous player in the year against us, but for some reason he is. Back here though to Vitinha. Desiree Doué inside. John Neves shoots and he hits the crossbar, but it falls back to them and they get a goal. A much deserved goal, I will say. Kvaratskhelia makes it 2-1. And now for the final minutes, it's going to be an interesting game because PSG are in this one. We've just been passing the ball around for the final few moments of the game and get it forward. There we go. It's going to be a 2-1 victory against PSG. A deserved victory, yes, but and also a game that we could have lost, we could have drew, we could have won. And thankfully, the outcome was a win for us as we beat them. It was a massive win, as you can see, to the fans of Lyon. And what actually is a massive win for us this season against PSG, man, because this could see us get into the top 5. You can see they outplayed us shots-wise, but we were more clinical, we dominated possession, and we beat them here. And that's a massive 3 points against us, against PSG, the league leaders in the league. And well, after that big win against PSG, it's time for us to face Stuttgart here in the semi-final first leg of the Europa League here, as you can see, at home. This will be a big game for us to win. Obviously, reaching the final of the Europa League and hopefully winning it will be big. Let's get into this one. I can see we've got some good growth in the team. As you can see, the likes of Greece going up to an 81 rated. You've got Tyler Morton and Tesman growing decently. Ustavodna 78 rating. And Endrick's going up as well. Let's get into this one though. Up against them and hopefully defeat the German team here and head through into the final of the Europa League. That goes to Talisa somehow, but there we go. We'll make it work. Here we go. Managed Fofana over the top. I'm hoping for a quick game here against Stuttgart for us to just blow them out of the water early on, but Fofana there, not the best effort. The angle wasn't on his favour, but he needs to do better there. Trusted the Portuguese striker slash. Okay, it's not Rodrigo Mora, it's another Mora. Is that that might be the Mexican talent. He's a free agent. Shot taken, Greif was saved there to deny them. Still at Mora, bad pass there from him. And then Maitland Niles can carry the ball forward for us. Ball forward into Nwame, who should be onside. He is. Nwame across to Fofana. That was risky for me to do, but I knew I could do it. I didn't fancy Nwame on the shot there at the angle, so I thought, you know what, let's just try pass it to Malik Fofana, and the game actually did. I was kind of worried it would try pass it to Endrick, which wasn't the pass that I wanted. But I did find the Belgian, who as you can see, it was actually Tolisso in the box, sorry, who made a good run there, late into the box here, open goal for him to put the ball into. And the Dutchman, the Belgian, sorry, scores here to make it 1-0. Cadazor forward into Thiago Tomas. Mora into their player who took the shot, not to show who that was, but good block there from us. It's Mora now into the box. Header goal is by Dennis Undav over the bar from the German. Over here to Benani. Mr. Mora, Undav now, good defending. I was going to say good defending from us, but somebody got past in the Ecarte there, but thankfully Mata makes a block. Not too sure how he got past in the Ecarte there, but he did. Endrick through to Fofana. Fofana's going to get the Belgian. Did he double his goal tally and double our lead in this game? Yes, he does. After missing a big opportunity in the first half, he gets 2 goals. Well, early in the first half, I should say, because we're still in the first half. He gets 2 goals here to make up for it, to put us in the lead here, to make it 2-0. After a big defensive interception from Clinton Matt at the other end, we got the other end and get the goal. I think if it's a 2-goal lead going into the half-time break, we should have to see Mother Fofana, what a player he is, man. If we do sell him next season, and I'm going to try and get the most amount of money possible for him that we can get. It would be a big play for us to lose. But if we do want to sign Hendrick, we might have to sacrifice Fofana. There's Dennis Undav, ball over the top. To find Thiago Tomas. If we do sell Fofana, then he could be a good sign for us at left wing. And we're 2 goals up in this game, so I brought on Mera in the cam role to just give him some game time and see what he can do for us. So he's a pretty good young talent. Now, I feel like I'm going to loan out next season. Is Hendrick. See Mera there making good moves as Mera does well. Hendrick going to get an assist. Hendrick gets the goal. Instant impact from the young French talent there to get an assist to make it 3-0. We're going to send the rest of the game. And well, we should be through to the final of the Europa League because we are winning this game 3-0. Obviously, there is a second leg. Mera does well there to get into the space and find the pass as well to find Hendrick. He makes it 3-0 here to us. We should have to see. And well, what a season we've had since I came in as manager. We haven't lost a single game. And we look like we're going to win maybe 2 trophies this season with the Europa League and also the Coupe de France up for grabs. And maybe even a late league title challenge, which I don't think is going to be likely. But I think we're going to send the rest of the game here. And we're going to get a 3-1 win with Dennis Undav getting a goal later on for them to get them a consolation goal and a chance maybe in the second leg in Germany. Alright, so as you can see, next up is a trip to Turkey at the Besiktas Stadium to take on Braga in the Europa League final. And well, this one should be a fairly straightforward win against Braga. They're a decent team, yes, but I feel like we should beat them. I feel like we are better than them in most positions of our team. But let's get into this one now. And after this, we are in the Coupe de France final. So we got 2 back-to-back finals, so hopefully win 2 trophies this season. Let's get into our first one though, and hopefully win Europa League here. Today at left back. So we do well to defend it. Morton forward. Hendrick, well, Nwame is completely left wide open, and Nwame scores it to make it 1-0. What does not mean much to happen in this game so far, but we get a go-ahead goal. And due to, by the way, you might only see that the goals and stuff like that for the final 2 games of the season here because we are facing 2 cup finals, and I've only got X amount of clips to be able to use in a video left on Share Factor. I've got right now, it's I believe. If I've only showed the intro to the game and this goal, it's now 83 clips out of 100. So, as you can tell, there's a bit of space that I can use, but I don't want to, get it to the point where I have to cut out big moments of the episode. So I'm gonna hopefully try and be smart with the editing to keep it concise and show you what happens in the games, but also not go over the top of the amounts of clips, so we have a good, concise, episode, and I don't run out of clip space in the episode to edit. I do wish it wasn't a limit, but maybe would it be as they get a shot there, and that is a good defender from us. That pass there was awful because that was a bad decision for me, but we get the ball back. I would like a fairly easy victory against Braga. That would be nice, in the Europa League final. Nwame. That's good defender from Marlolo. It's going to be a corner. We go short to Nwame. Nwame just won the corner for us. Oh, it's good defending from Marlolo coming over. Okay, Morton through the centre to find the captain, Corentin Tolisso, and it's 2-0 here to us. And yeah, I think for this game at least, I'm just gonna show you the goals because Braga shouldn't be a hard task for us to be in the Europa League final here. As Corentin Tolisso that will lift the trophy here, scores to make it 2-0. It's a good assist there by Tyler Morton, a great ball through the centre to find a Frenchman. And it's 2-0 here to us in the final against Braga. As you can see, this through ball by Morton was incredible, and the finish from Tolisso was simple and gives us the 2-goal lead in this game. Let's get to bed. Oh, good defending there from their defender. Just a bit too long with that skill move there, Hendrick. Needs to be a bit quicker with it. Tolisso flicks it in behind to Hendrick. Great header there from him, and Hendrick makes it 3. And before the half-time break, we are leading Braga in the final 3-0, and Hendrick, what a season he's had for us. And it's looking likely that if we don't have the money to sign him next season, we can bring him into the team. Because right now, we should be guaranteed Champions League football for next season. I believe we have finished third in the league, by the way. I'm going to show you the league title, league table at the end of the episode and show you how that finished. But yeah, 3-0 up here in this final. It's been a great performance so far from us. And Braga, I've had a few opportunities, yes, but nothing really of note to show you. They've had one shot that Grief made a decent save. Why? Okay. Melanal steals it. Ball forward into Maleve, the Frenchman who were brought on, the young talent. Good turn there from him. Can he get a goal? Maleve shoots and Maleve scores. It's a big goal for him in the Europa League final. It's now 4-0 here to us. Enzo Maleve scores. A player that I've been given a few opportunities to win some sim games. And it's done well for us. I see a decent young talent, a player that we are most likely going to loan out next season along with Rodriguez. They're not the highest rated players for us to have. I might actually keep Maleve around to give him some game time. I'm not too sure what his potential is in the game. But he's a young French talent we can develop in the team. He scores to make it 4-0 and shows that he can be a decent player for us. It's just in the bigger games. And I say the bigger games, this is the Europa League final. But being against the bigger teams, he might struggle to get involvements in. But against Braga here, he gets a goal for himself. We should have to see. Braga out from kick-off, trying to get a goal back in this game. Moscato hits it, shot wide of the post out. Can I sum up their game? Keep Victor and I going forward. Goes it back. Tasman intercepts, but Morta's got it back off him, and it's just shot him. I conceded that. And we'll hit after a 4-1 victory over them. We get we'll get to lift the Europa League here. A big win for us to guarantee ourselves Champions League football next season. I do think in the league we already did finish and guarantee Champions League positions, but winning a trophy is a big statement here for us, and maybe Endrick is going to stick around for season 2 because we have achieved the goal I wanted to keep him around. But the question is, can we actually buy him? If we do have to sell for foreigners to do so, I think that could be worth it. As Talisa, the captain, lifts the Europa League. Let's get into our next game, which is the Coupe de France final, and hopefully get a fairly straightforward victory in that one as well. Alright, so here we are, the final game of the season in the Coupe de France final against Arsenal. Let's get into this one at the Parc des Princes and hopefully win the Coupe de France here. Kind of reviving his career at Lens right now. Endrick, no, mate, through to Endrick here, and can we get the first goal of the game? Endrick gets the goal, just under 10 minutes in. We make it 1-0 here, and just like the Europa League final, by the way, I'm just going to show you the goals that happen because the episode's nearly 50 minutes long. I don't need it to be much longer than that. You know, I mean, like I also explained, I've also got a certain amount of clips I can put into a video on Share Factory on PS5, and we're coming towards the limit of that, so I don't really want to do that. But Endrick here makes it 1-0, and that's a big goal for us here in the final of the Coupe de France against Arsenal. Give a final forward. It looks like Morton's been injured. That's a good for us. Endrick, 2-0. That's a fantastic finish, by the way. On the Trivella, on the half volley. His 2-0 hits with 17 minutes in. Endrick gets his 5th goal in 5 games at the Coupe de France. And what you imagine with the performances that Endrick's putting in at Lyon here, he could be a player we can sign next season. If we have the money to do so, then we are going to do it. Because we finished, in Champions League positions, we're winning trophies. And a player like Endrick is we want to play for a team that are winning trophies, that are, competing at a top level. And hopefully next season can do well in the Champions League. And obviously, depending on the money we get, we can make some signings. But obviously, Lyon right now in real life are, struggling financially, so we might have to limit ourselves for the signings we make. And also, we might have to sacrifice Malik Fofana. Endrick, oh, that for me, can get that. Can you get the hat-trick? There we go. The hat-trick is secured for Endrick, and it's 3-0 here in the Coupe de France final. And what his trophy is, well and truly ours. I see Lawrence, like I mentioned, or a team at IRO are doing pretty well, but in the game, they haven't got the best team, ratings-wise. They've got good players, like I say, IRL, but it doesn't really translate to FC sometimes with a team like Lons are outperforming where they are doing IRL. And in game, like I mentioned, are just not that level. And we get a 3-goal lead here. They've got a few decent players like their goalkeeper, Rizza, who's a good French talent we could bring in. But Endrick makes it 3 and gets a hat-trick for himself in this final here before the half-time break. Ball forward, what play he has been for us. Now, ball through. Endrick can get a 4th goal in this final. And Endrick's denied
Forster Fofana, there we go, it's 4-0. There's a big save there from the keeper, by the way. It's a great save from him. But fortune was on our side there. It fell to Fofana, who makes it 4-0 here towards in this final. And, well, we are running right here in the Coupe de France final here in Paris against Lens. A team you do expect us to be in the game. You know what I mean? Like I keep saying, their team, they've got some good players. Like I said, their goalkeeper makes a big save there. But it's 4-0 here to us. And we are looking like a very, very good team. And next season, we could be a problem in the league if we continue this form. And with the signings we could make, if we do bring Endrick into the team and Fofana either stays or we bring in a player, a good quality to replace him, then, then we're going to look like a very good team going into next season. And well, here we are, the Coupe de France trophy after a 4-0 win in this final. And what a win it was. We absolutely dominated Lawton's in this final here, and the Coupe de France is a small trophy in terms of stature, and it's a fairly big trophy to win in France, if I'm not mistaken. Also, it's the second trophy you can win for the top flight teams. Obviously, there's a league title and the Coupe de France. We get a second trophy this season, and Tolisso lifts the Coupe de France here again in Lyon's history. You love to see it. But let's get into the menu, wrap up the season, and what a season it's been here for the first episode of the series, and hopefully we can improve next season and go into season 2 with the ability to hopefully go on to win the league title and maybe even compete for the Champions League next season. And well, as you can see, rather interestingly, Marseille just about won the league title against PSG with one more goal scored season, win the league title and goal difference. We finished third in the table on 71 points, guaranteeing ourselves Champions League football for next season. Since I came in as manager, we haven't lost a single game, and we got on to win 2 trophies in the Coupe de France and also the Europa League rather convincingly in both of them, a 4-1 and a 4-0 victory respectively. The team right now is looking pretty good, and next season, obviously, Endrick's a player we want to sign permanently. Mane Fofana could be a player we let go. I'd rather not do so, but to keep it realistic, we might have to do so. We need to sign a new centre-back to replace Clinton Mata, as he's going to go down in his overall even more. And Griefing goals looking pretty good, 82 rated now. He's a great goalkeeper for his defence. Backups-wise, we need to improve. Karabek's going back to Sparta Praha. He's only on loan here. And obviously our 2 backup strikers are low-rated and elsewhere. We need to definitely improve in some backup positions, but that's for next season to do. That probably is where we're going to spend most of our money, bringing in backup players. But in terms of performances, as you'll see, Endrick, our best player, 21 goals and 7 assists, a +2 in overall. How much is he worth now? He's worth 33 million. And if I'm not mistaken, if you head over to the messages tab here, as you can see, Endrick has said that he's enjoyed his loan spell here at the club and he hopes we can make it a permanent deal. So in season 2, Endrick might be a Lyon player on a permanent basis if we had the money to do so, and Real Madrid let it happen. That is up to them, of course, to let us have him. But in terms of other performers, real quickly, let's have a look. We do have some great performances. Like Tolisso, 15 and 9 from him, a great season from him. Petr Sulic, 14 and 11. Fofana, 12 and 3. Moreira, 10 and 5. Noame, 6 and 3. I feel like he's going to be a player that it does improve next season. And Malebe, in 10 games, got 6 goals and 1 assist. Looking pretty good as the 18-year-old French talent. And in terms of players on the shortlist there, some of these are players we could sign next season, some that we can sign in the future. We've got a few goalkeepers there just in case we need to sign a goalkeeper, some backup goalkeepers, so nothing ready that we need to do right now. In terms of right backs, if we want to improve or make the Naza, Combedi, the former Lyon talent we could bring into the team. We've got Desiree Doué's older brother playing for Strasbourg we could bring into the team, a more expensive signing, but definitely a very good player. In terms of centre-backs, we could replace Clinton Mata. We've got Dragusin from Spurs. We've got Jardel Cunha from Nottingham Forest. Canvo from Crystal Palace. Eduardo Quaresma, a more expensive signing from Sporting. Andres Christensen, a more experienced player from Barcelona for a decent price. Bombito from OGC Nice, a very fast defender, would be incredible for us in that back line. We've got Jacquet, who has signed for Liverpool IRL for 60 million, who could be a good player for us. We could bring into this team and develop as a French centre-back alongside Niakate. We also have Mavissa, the French centre-back from Monaco, who can play left-back as well, who could be a good player for us. And in terms of players we could bring in elsewhere, Castello Lekeba, a player we could maybe sign in the future if we have the money to do so, and we need to do so. It's the former Lyon talent, sold to Leipzig, and has been a good player for them. Ibrahim Sangore could be a good backup midfielder for us. And in terms of younger talents we could bring in, Ethan Mbappe could be a good player for us in the near future. Nabry, by the way, We have signed a pre-contract, so that's one player we have coming into our team next season as a backup, or well, maybe our first in left wing next season, depending on transfers we make. We've got Ibrahim Mbaye, the young talent from PSG, we could bring into the team. We've got Mohamed Ali Cho, so we actually signed in a Lyon series back in SC24, so we could sign him in this one and have him be a good player for us in the team, either at striker, left wing, right wing. Wherever he plays, it will be a great player for us. And in terms of Karim Benzema, we've got to bring him in as a player that's formerly a Lyon, signed for, as left out Etihad and has signed for Al Hilal at Aral. Nicolas Zaniolo, obviously, what a talent he used to be, man, but right now he's 76 rated, 26 years of age, on loan from Galatasaray Udinese, a fall from grace from him where he used to be. And in terms of a player we could bring to be a backup striker, it's Wilson Isidore from Sunderland. So he's recently been linked with a move to Paris FC, but they didn't want to spend the money on bringing him in. But we could bring him in to be a backup striker to Endrick if we do sign Endrick next season for a fairly cheap deal for a great player. They're players I've got on the short list. Obviously, Nabry's going to sign for us on a permanent deal. Drop any comments below, players what they see us use, and if we should sell for fun next season. As always, thank you for watching. Drop a like and subscribe, and goodbye. Alright, so last season I became manager of Olympique Lyon in January with one goal by the end of the season to get them Champions League football for season 2, which you can see. We managed to do so, finishing 3rd in the table, but not also that we managed to bring trophies to the club, with the Coupe de France being won and also some European success being brought in with the Europa League being won. And with players with forming levels, you can see Endrick on loan, 21 goals and 7 assists in 28 games, incredible from him. And as you can see, he even said that he wants to make it a permanent deal here at Olympique Lyon. If we can do so this season, it will be incredible for us. Well, let's get into season 2 and see how far we can take this Lyon team this season. And well, as you can see here in season 2, Endrick has officially signed for us here on a permanent deal, 39 million from Real Madrid. We managed to bring him into the club under the money they wanted. His value is 36 million. They wanted about 40 plus million, but somehow managed to get him under now for 39 million. Just basically offered that, and they said, "Yep, sure, you can have him." And we should have to see Endrick. Like I said, they would have signed for us. He said last season he enjoyed his stay here, performed very well for us, and was a big player for us in helping us finishing 3rd in the league and also winning the Coupe de France and also the Europa League. So right now, Endrick's in the team. Nabry signed on a pre-contract, and the bench is looking, well, a little bit worse away. And that's all our money spent, by the way, to bring Endrick into the club. We only have about 3 million left to spend. So in terms of signing other players, even bringing Endrick in, we might have to still let go of Fofana. I think that is a big possibility for us to get him for about 50 plus million, and then have a left wing come into the team who's maybe around 15 to 20 million, or maybe Moreira comes into the first team, or Nabry goes left wing, Petr Such comes into the first team, or Tolisso, or we could even sell Tolisso. I think he's the player we definitely could cash it on for. He's worth about 21 million. We could cash in on him before it starts going down in overall. But he's a great player for us, a very, very good versatile player for us in the team. And right now we need the money. And with Endrick signing, there's a big transfer for us this season, but we definitely need to improve the team elsewhere, especially centre back. We need a new centre back to replace Mata. In the backups, we definitely need to make a bunch of big signings. All right, so our budget is now 86 million. Let me quickly show you why it's gone up in massively. That's because we made 2 big sales for the team, and obviously 2 players that are going to be sad for us to lose. And the first one is Malik Fofana. We have sold into Sunderland for 60 million. Also, Tolisso leaving for 35 million. Let's get into the window and spend the money on brand new signings. And with the 86 million, we're brought in some big players into the team. Obviously, Tolisso and Fofana leaving us. We're brought in Doué, obviously the older brother, Desiree Doué from Strasbourg, to be our first team right back. Could even play centre back for us. We also brought in Bombito from OGC Nice to be our first team centre back. Claudio Echeverri signing as well from Manchester City, and other big players like Sangore and Leon Bailey signing as backup players for the squad. Which means our team now looks like this going into the season with Echeverri playing left wing, Nabry at Camden to another better end product, and obviously our backline getting massively improved with Bombito and Doué in the team. Let's get into season 2 and take on Dortmund first of all in the UEFA Super Cup final, and hopefully beat last team's Champions League winners. And for our first game of the season, and for a bunch of players' first games in the team, that's Doué, Bombito, obviously Nabry and Echeverri making their debuts for the team in this game. Let's get into the UEFA Super Cup final up against Dortmund, who won the Champions League last season. We won the Europa League. Let's get into this one here and hopefully win another European trophy for Lyon. Javier Silva. And he caught it again, but they still have possession somehow. Bellingham. Goes it back to Brandt, the captain. He shoots and Grief makes a good save. Actually, very blocked by Couto.
Bellingham. Forward into Sergio Guirassy, who shoots at this 1-0 Dortmund. 22 minutes in. Hansi Flick's Dortmund team take the lead in the Super Cup final. The only reigning Champions League winners, so it's going to be a tough game for us to win, especially after making big changes to our team. And well, we need to defend much better there. Just letting Guirassy be that wide open and that just no one on him is poor from us. As a plus in that position. I see Echeverri also needs to become an inside forward at left wing. There we go. Tesman, I wanted to get the shot with it, but Dortmund came out and pressed us instantly. Nuame, lovely play here. Why did he do that one more pass? I should have kept it and took the shot. Lovely play. Tesman. Can we keep it? Keep it moving. Find a way through with Echeverri. With a tight-knit dribbling. Oh, I wanted him to turn back more, a bit more agile than that. I literally held R1 there for that. To make him turn a bit, you know, with more dynamic dribbling, but it just didn't work out. Well, so far, despite us being behind in this game, I think we've been a better team. Oh, lovely move. Echeverri. How have we not scored there? Should have gone for power. Tried to go for placement, but Kobel denies us. It's a good save. Okay, but bad touch there from Bellingham into the path of Bombito. And you know why not? Gnabry from range. Gnabry hits at the German off the crossbar. Forced Echeverri, who somehow couldn't win the head of Schlotterbeck. Denies him. But the first half of the second half, and then the game's going to open up a bit and we can get some attacks going. The way steals it. Ball inside to Guirassy. Bellingham. Diego Lane shoots, and it's going to be a comfortable save there for Grief. In goal. Come on, lads, we should be in this game. It needs to at least be 1-1. Okay, Gnabry making a good run. Endrick into Gnabry, he should score. And Gnabry scores on his debut against Dortmund. Their former Bayern Munich man cooks up his first goal. It's 1-1. He hit the crossbar into the first half, but he scores there in the second. It's good play. Endrick takes the defender out of the way. Gnabry through. 1-on-1 with Kobel. Ain't going to miss some there. And it's proven already to be a great pre-contract signing for us in the team, for the experience and also the ability in front of goal that he can bring into like Camera. After losing to Tolisso, we're bringing a more dynamic player into the team in, obviously in Gnabry, replacing him. A player that can do more. Less defensive than Tolisso. That's the one thing Tolisso could do well, is defend. But in terms of attacking, Gnabry is better for that position. Endrick looking for another assist. Nuame. Echeverri back stick. He's not going to really win a header though, is he? Ball inside. Endrick, lovely move. Endrick, could he make it 2-1? I should have chipped Kobel, but I tried to squeeze it past him and Kobel makes the save. Ball through into Guirassy. I'm not liking this. Bombito with a pace. Tracks him down, but he can't get a ball off him. Bombito again tries, and it's a shot, and Guirassy puts it wide to the post. Again, just lets the player run past him. It's annoying. Guirassy, though, got to defend there. Svensson, the Swedishman, inside to Guirassy. How has it ended up in the back of the net? And no, this ain't happening. We're not losing this game. And I've got to lock in for the final few moments of the game to get another goal. Ball through to Nuame. Needs options though. He needs Endrick in the centre. Can Endrick beat Kobel? He's dragged it. We lose a Super Cup final in heartbreaking fashion, because I think we should have won this game. We had the chances. We played better. We don't deserve to lose. But Dortmund win the Super Cup. They won the Champions League, so it's fair enough. You know, I mean, they are a good team. They played well against us, but we should have beaten them. We're not going to watch them lift the trophy for obvious reasons, but stats-wise, I can see the game's even, stats-wise, but in terms of performance, we just played better. We should have scored more goals. And the goal they scored to win the game, I think Reece needs to do much better with. This first goal they scored as well, we need to defend better with as well. Whereas a loss in the Super Cup finals to start this season off with just goes to show you that we're not quite there yet to maybe have a Champions League run in as a season. And well, before we get into our first derby game in this season against Olympique Marseille, which is our third game of the league season, by the way, we have 72 games in between this. We beat Nice and Nantes in 2 games. We've picked up 6 points so far from 2 games, and I can see the team is looking very good. We brought 1 player into the team as another backward striker player that you guys want to be deciding in the comments down below that I completely forgot about, not going to lie. And that is Wilson Isidore from obviously Sunderland. We've got Satriano and Isidore as 2 backup strikers. And you see a team is looking pretty good with backup players. I do have Clivert here because obviously he's got a pace. With 90 pace, I mean, Matters decently quick as well with 78 pace. He's going down in his overall, so I put Clivert there just for the pace advantage and decent defensive stats as well. So that's why he is there. I believe he's also been linked to a team recently as well, leaving Lyon. I saw that the other day on Instagram. So he could be a player that moves team. Let's get into this game now against Olympique Marseille, who won the league last season and hopefully prove that we're here to take over this season and win the league for Lyon. Like on Marseille, if he shall not be named, not given any credit from me in life anywhere. As Gertie puts the ball wide to the post. Okay, Emerson seems to be playing midfield. Interesting change from him. Unless he's playing left back and playing as a false back. Nwame goes inside, looking to definitely hit it. Nwame hits it. Rudy then makes a save. And this geezer, he should be in prison, let alone playing football. Here's Gertie who shoots and puts it wide. Hendrick to Nabry. Nabry forward into Nwame. Nwame now. Moves it inside, lovely move. Can he shoot and score? Rudy makes a save. Drives forward, a ball here, lovely move. Can he get it across to his fellow teammate Enquiries? But Rudy, how's Rudy turned into prime? I don't even know. He's just made so many great saves this game. Again, doesn't win a header. Nabry takes it down. As well to hold up as well. Nicarte here to Hendrick. He turns, great turn there from the Brazilian. He hits it and we finally score. Just under an hour in. Hendrick scores here. We finally take the lead. It's a great goal as well. The turn, the finish, all in one motion. It's picture perfect from Hendrick. It's fantastic play. It's a great finish to finally give us a well-deserved lead in this game. Got to give credit to Rulli and goal for them, though. He's been great. But we deserved this goal, and Hendrick is the 2nd goal of the season in Ligue 1. Can he outscore what he did last season? He got 21 goals in all competitions for us. And Such coming on, and Moreira. And there's Wilson Isidore on his debut after just signing from Sunderland. Moreira played through. Can he score? The Portuguese hadn't hit it, but it's saved by Jerome Rulli at the near post again. Tyler Morton, good block. If we win this game 1-0, I'm going to be happy that we won, but also kind of disappointed we didn't win by more goals. Moreira and Isidore, great link-up play by these two. Moreira across. Leon Bailey, how did he not score? Morton, what a play he is, by the way. In real life and in game. Such. Herrera to finish the game, but Rulli again, man. Honestly, why is he so good? No, it's actually going to happen, isn't it? No, it's not, Bombita, thank you. Come on, lads. Let's get forward one last time. Get the much deserved 2nd goal for us in this game. Isidore, these two are linking up great, him and Moreira. Moreira running through. Can he finally get a much deserved 2nd goal? Yes, he does, as we get flashbanged by the sky. And Moreira, what a player he is. He's actually incredible in this game. As a backup player to Echeverry and even pushing Echeverry to get into the first team. Swaddy's still going to battle for that left wing position. Him and Isidore, since they came on, have been great in this game. They've linked up well. And we finally get a 2nd goal. We should have done that ages ago. But Moreira, this time, just puts his full power behind that strike. Really can't make the save. And it's 2-0 here to us. We're going to get a 2-0 win over Marseille at home. We beat last season's league winners for a 2nd time in the series. And it's a big win for us. A great win to bounce back from that Dortmund loss. And a great statement for Ligue 1 this season that we are here to win the title. Alright, so next up we're taking on Barcelona here in the Champions League phase. This is our 2nd game of the league phase, and it's going to be a big test for us in the Champions League up against them. So just losing the Super Cup at the start of the season to the Champions League winners, I want to see how far we can actually go this season with a full, one where the team's in the swing of things. So that was the 1st game of the season, so the players weren't fully ready for the game. Let's get into this one up against Barcelona at home and hopefully defeat them. Obviously, Hansi Flick no longer the manager of Barca. He's managing the Dortmund team we lost to. So let's see what Barcelona look like this season. Also, just real quickly, I just want to say sorry for the lack of content recently. It's been, well, a little while since I've actually recorded because I've been ill, to be honest, and I don't know, just kind of had like a lack of motivation recently, to be honest. I feel like I kind of got burnt out and needed a bit of a break. I've got a lot of stuff to catch up on. Which is the worst part about taking a break, is you have stuff to get back to when you, a lot more to get back to when you, compared to when you're in the swing of things. We have a good start here. Gnabry through, and Gnabry, can it open the score? And yes, he does. Just over 5 minutes in, Serge Gnabry scores, and Endrick with the assist against Barcelona. I mean, I wasn't expecting this good of a start to the game, but we patiently got the ball forward with some good passing play, and Gnabry into the side net in a wonderful finish there from the German. Finds the back of the net. Endrick just wanted to turn one way, play the ball through. The gap that was left open, and Gnabry finishes it to put us 1 goal to the good. Him is Echeverri, the Argentinian, cuts it back. We said a decent cross. Gnabry's header straight into the goal. John Garcia. It's going to be a free kick for them for on board, apparently against Gnabry as well there. Fermin Lopez could be a good player to sign in the Cromed in the future. He's a great player. Ferran Torres inside there to Lewandowski, blocked there, and somehow it's fallen back. The Cholis is actually the left wing, so not Ferran Torres, and thankfully that goes to Sadadric to a handball against them. And defending. To be fair, that might work out if we can get to that before them. Nwame does so. Love to see it. You can drill it into the box. Endrick, couldn't get it across more to Echeverri. That pass was just, I'm not too sure what happened with that pass there. Endrick just scuffed it. Cholis, now the Greek, they're from the Norwich man. I see a Club Brugge player IRL. Lewandowski handballs it there. It's going to be a free kick for us. There's Gnabry, finesse shot from the German. That needs to be much better there from him. Wider to Yamal. That's great defending from Oosterwolde against him. I feel like Yamal was the new Salah against me in career mode, where he doesn't do anything against me. He's kind of just invisible. Salah usually is a player that when I play against him, does awful. He doesn't do anything. And Yamal, as you can see right now, hasn't done anything in this game. And straightforward from kickoff is Barca. Ball through to Lewandowski. Grief is going to come out and collect it. Love to see it. Just Koundé inside, and Yakar taking with the header, such a Bombita, sorry. There we go. We would have scored if it wasn't for the handball. There comes a Greek inside here to Lewandowski. Switches it, and apparently Lewandowski was offside there. Love to see it. Ball in again. Headed away by Oosterwolde in their post. Echeverri can flick it on to Nwame. He couldn't control it, but we'll keep the possession. Nwame now. I didn't expect that to work, but it worked. Ball inside. Here to Endrick. The cuts inside, the Brazilian to double that lead. That's a great goal. On a counter from the corner, we finally get a second goal in this game. We've been defending for quite a while, but we finally get a goal again. And that, the roulette from Nwame, I didn't expect to work, not going to lie. I just did it because I thought, you know what, if it works, it's going to be great for us. If it doesn't, then it is where it is. And he pulled it off perfectly, sent the defender the wrong way, ran into the space, played it through into Endrick, who beats the defender, cuts inside. The defender needs to do much better. Whoever that was to defend him needs to do better than it's 2-0 now towards against Barca. And this is a big win if we get it here against the team that are probably huge favourites to win the Champions League this season. If we beat them, and maybe we can throw a hat in that race. Frenkie de Jong, ball through though, and that's 2-1. Just like that, straight from kick-off, that's frustrating. Not too sure what to do here. Lamine. Good defending from the Icarte. Echeverri. Ball forward to Endrick. He should be onside. He timed that perfectly. He turns back. He's still being red though. Passed. Their fullback. We get another chance there late on. Gnabry. Oh, that pass. But that should be the end of the game. There we go. A 2-1 win against Barca. We take it. A big win. And after losing to Dortmund, it is a big comeback for us in the Champions League. Obviously, we lost to them in the Super Cup, but we lost to the champions of the Champions League last season. So coming back in this game, against Barca at home and proving we can beat a big team in the Champions League gives us some hope for the season ahead that we can maybe win the Champions League. I'm not got my hopes up for it, but maybe we could at least get to the semi-finals and give ourselves a good run in this competition. But a great performance of the team, especially defensively. We did great in this game, and we beat Barca here 2-1. Alright, so next up we're taking on 5th in the table, Arsenal. We're currently 3rd in the table as well. We dropped a couple of points in the sim game. We drew a game against Le Havre with our second team, but we're going to get into this one now. Up against Lens to hopefully get those points back and hopefully keep ourselves closer to PSG at top of the table right now to keep our hopes of maybe winning the title this season alive here. 5th in the table right now. So last season they finished, I believe, 4th in the end. There's Said, intercepted though, and there's someone get the ball back. Shot taken, blocked by Bambito, Ustavalda. Seems they're going to go super high press against us for this game. So Edouard, from a Crystal Palace man, ball up front, or ball up wide, sorry, to Said. Back to Sima, who we used previously in a Chrome mode, who actually was pretty good. He's a backup player. There's some decent potential in the game as well. He's quick, he's tall, he's decent in front of goal. We know that much, so we have to stop him as best as possible. So he runs through there. Echeverri running through. And Echeverri scores his first goal for us. And Echeverri does so. I believe his first goal for us in this club. He might have scored in the sim game or two. That's his first goal in the league anyway. In 5 games, he gets his first goal. A player that's looking to prove himself in this team. He's got Moreira behind him, who we know can score goals. And it's a great player. Gnabry plays it through. A great run there from the Argentinian. And he scores to prove he can be the player to replace Malik Fofana in the starting 11. So we're all going to miss Malik Fofana massively, but a player like Echeverri to replace him is big. You know, Echeverri as a replacement is a very, very good replacement for Malik Fofana. A slightly different player, less pace in a way, but more technical in a way. I feel like he's more technical than Malik Fofana is. I feel like he's more of a complete player than Malik Fofana. Not to say that Malik Fofana isn't a complete player, but I feel like Echeverri's got a bit more in his arsenal than Malik Fofana does that he can offer us in this team. Morton, good pass into Endrick. And Endrick trying to get through here. Can he do so? The Brazilian is driving. He shoots, but he's denied by Barreza in goal. I see he's a good young French talent. And science of an also replacement here. It's Florian Taban. Ball into the box. Header goalwards. Good save by Grief there. It's a fantastic save as well, actually. So Arsenal's in this game are actually giving us more of a fight than they did in the cup final last season. In the Coupe de France final, we walked through them to get a 4-1 victory, I believe it was in the end. Ball through into Douame, but here we go. It could be 2-0. Douame finishes it. Great finish there from him. Endrick with the assist. And it's 2-0 here to us. Just as I was saying that they were giving us more of a challenge, but they technically are, to be fair, but we are winning 2-0 still. They're looking better going forward than they did in the Coupe de France final. We did nothing against us, but still here at home in the Group Emma Stadium. We have a 2-goal lead against them. Quite a big one against Barcelona as well. There's teams playing with confidence and belief that we can beat big teams. A team like Lens, they aren't a big team technically, but they're a team that are performing well at IRL with some good players in their team. A tough challenge for us, despite them not being a tough challenge in the game. Yeah, Echeverri, good move there from him. Drill it into the box. Endrick near post hits it. Grief though saves it. Not Grief, sorry. Rizza saves it. I'm going to make some changes pretty soon. Bring on Isidore. Bring on Moreira. Bring on Pavlasuc. So here goes Endrick. It'll be his last involvement in the game. Can he get himself a goal? Endrick makes it free. He's assisted. And he finally gets himself a goal in this game. Has he got both assists? No, Gnabry got the first one. As Gnabry gets another assist here. Those two getting their last involvements in this game before going off. And Gnabry gets the assist to Endrick's goal. You have to see it. And we're leading them 3-0 here. With time left in this game to get more goals. Ibrahim Sangare is on for his first involvement ready in the series. He blocks a shot there. Florian Taban. Ball into the box. It's a decent cross and it's headed goalwards, but Grief makes the save again there to Daniel Sima. On another day, maybe Lens could have done something, but they just haven't been clinical with our chances they've had. And we have, as always. I say always, some games we don't, but here's Isidore. And into Moreira. These two, as we know, can link up well. Ball over the top to the Frenchman. Isidore through. 4-0. And Lens, despite being a great team IRL right now in Ligue 1, just can't compete against us in the series. Both games we've played against them, we've scored 4 goals against them. And then this one so far, they haven't scored a goal compared to the Coupe de France final. Ball over the top of Moreira. These two seemingly just work together so well. Not just sure where it is. These two just instantly clicked in the team. And Isidore scores to make it 4-0. And we are going to sim the rest of the game with 20 or so minutes to go. We're going to sim to the end. It ends up being a 4-0 win, with Isidore's goal being the final one of the game. And for the final game of today's episode, to end today's episode with, we're going to take on PSG here. As you can see, they currently are second in the table, if I'm not mistaken, a few points behind us. We're currently top of the table. There might be 1 or 2 points behind us, if I'm not mistaken. Let's get into this one and hopefully continue our great form this season and hopefully extend our lead at the top of the table and beat PSG once again in the series. Rayan Cherki, that was a bad pass from us that gave the ball away. I think it was Nabry. There comes this man, the Ballon d'Or winner. Good defending there though from the Enquiries. I don't understand what I need to do here. Look at this. There's nothing I can do. There's no way forward. I just have to go forward here and then backwards. Nabry's kind of open, but by the time I get the ball towards him, there's going to be... There we go. Finally. An attack. Ewame. Why did he take forever to chop it inside? Why didn't he do after? Why did he take a touch instead of cutting inside? You saw me do his trick of the animation, but again, just didn't do it. Oh, we're back in this situation again, just trapped in our own half. There's PSG do a shoots, good save there from Grief. Could be a frustrating game, I can feel it. Pacho's header, Grief for the save. 8. Oh, the delay in this game for everything, man. It actually is so jarring that this game has got such a delay for any input. A game made in 2025 should not have input delay, but FIFA for some reason always has it. Other games don't. Older games don't. This game does. Go on, Hendrick. You should be free. You should be able to outpace. There we go, Nwame. Shoot Chevalier with a save, but how can Hendrick not outpace Marquinhos? Tell him Morton. Head to Nwame, near Carte, back into Morton, who shoots, and it's a good effort. It's a great worked corner, but Chevalier makes a save. Gonna try something different here. And it's Nwame. Oh. Blood's gonna be throwing no. Tesman. Good strike, good save. Ball inside. Rayan Cherki has headed off the post. Why? If I concede here. No. If I concede it. Dembele. Why did he slide tackle? Oh, there's no way you're doing that celebration against me after that. Why did he... I'm composing myself because the words I want to say are explicit. Why did he slide tackle? I pressed square to clear it. Why did he slide tackle? There was no reason to do so. Off the crossbar. Grief, please clear that. Thank you. That's a free kick, ref. No advantage. Okay. I see you. Please, Hendrick. Please score. Thank you. Get the ball. We're not losing this game or drawing it, we're winning it. It's 5th goal of the season in 10 games. Let's make changes. I'm not drawing this game. We should be winning it. The goal conceded is a disgrace. Not even conceded that. They'll bring on Isidore for Hendrick. You know what, for fresh legs, I'm going to do so. This one, Dembele. Nikarte good defending there. Sulch. Now here to Moreira. You've been a hero in the past. A 3v2 scenario. Isidore. Leon Bailey, there we go. I believe Leon Bailey's first goal in the played game for us since we signed him as a backup to the Wame. His first goal in the league in 10 games. He's not been having the best season, it seems like, but he scores here. Inspired substitutions by me there. We defend well with the Carter. We get the ball off Dembele, then counter. A 3v2 scenario. Leon Bailey completely wide open. Finds the back of the net. And makes it 2-1 here, but I want another goal. Couldn't have 1 now for them. So currently got Spurs doing decent for himself this season. On the side. The Carter heads it away. I don't really smart and take it to the corner or try to get another goal. We get another goal. Moreira is through. The Portuguese talent overran it though. Could he keep possession? He should have done. He should have done there. There's no reason why he shouldn't have kept that ball. It was right in front of him. He just let the keeper have it. If we concede now on the counter here, after that. Referee, he called it here when I was on the attack in the first half. There we go, thankfully. 2-1. We get the 3 points against PSG. What was a frustrating game because the goal I conceded is... that is a disgrace that even happened. But we'll get the win. We beat PSG here to get 3 points to go, clear top of the table by a few points. And Tyler Morton, man of the match, fair deserves it. He played great. And a win is big for us this season. And as you can see, to end today's episode off, we currently sit top of the table, undefeated on 44 points. PSG behind us on 37 points, a bit more behind us than I thought they were. But to be fair, going into that game, we was on 41 points, so they were closer than, kind of close to what I said. But as you can see, last season's league winners are down in 5th currently on 29 points. They won it by 1 goal, so they weren't expected to win the league title this season. But in terms of other competitions, the Coupe de France, we're currently in the round of 32 against Bastia, so we're going to sim that game. And in the Champions League, we currently sit top of the group stage. I thought we actually were like maybe Olympiacos here as well. Interesting. We're currently top with 6 wins, 5-1 and 1 draw. As you can see, our next game is going to be up against Porto, who are 3rd in the table, so they're doing pretty decent. I feel like with the Champions League recently in Cromer, like a lot of smaller teams like Olympiacos, Porto, Villarreal even, do better than big teams like PSG, Real Madrid, Arsenal. You know, teams that are like, look, Man City are 18th after 2 wins, 2 draws and 2 losses. How Barca are here with 1 win and 4 draws and 1 loss. How are they there? Dortmund are here with 1 win. And to be fair, the teams at the bottom kind of make more sense, but I feel like in Cromer, bigger teams do worse in the league phase than they should do. Barca shouldn't be 21st. Man City shouldn't be 18th, really. Juventus should be a little bit higher than they are. I mean, like Real Madrid shouldn't be 11th. But to be fair, there's a couple of games left, if I'm not mistaken, so things could change. But right now, we're looking pretty good to maybe win the Champions League this season with the teams that might be going through. We might be a bigger team left. In terms of the performance of the players, let's have a quick look at the stats. There's one thing I think I said anyway, that Endrick's having a pretty good season overall. As you'll see, Endrick, Gnabry with 10 goals and 4 assists. Isidore, 9 goals and 2 assists playing in the second team off the bench. He's doing pretty well for us. Been a great signing. And Endrick, you see 8 goals and 6 assists from him. Being more of a complete player this season. Not scoring, well, he scored more goals than assists, but in the league, 5 goals. The Champions League, 3 of them. And as you can see, the assist is doing pretty good at Nwame, 5 and 9. Echeverry with 4 goals. I'm hoping he can continue to really get going next episode, as we saw in today's episode, because Moreira behind him does do well when he comes on. He should have scored against PSG, as you just saw. Morton with 5 assists, Pavel Such with 4 and 6 as well. So the team right now is playing great. We don't really have any money to spend in January, but one thing you might see, if Clinton Mata wants to leave the team, so we're going to have to replace him with someone, not too sure who, because we don't really have money to make a signing. So you're not too sure what we're really going to do there. But that's something I'm going to have to figure out next episode. But right now the team's looking incredible, and we should be able to go on to win the league title this season and maybe get a run for the Champions League. Obviously, we're looking to win the Coupe de France again as well, that we did last season. But right now we're looking great. If you've gone to enjoy the episode, drop a like and subscribe. And as always, thank you for watching, and goodbye. Alright, so to start today's episode off at Lyon, we're going to take on Marseille in the Trophée des Champions final. So we won the Coupe de France last season. They won Ligue 1. Let's get into this one and hopefully start the episode off with a trophy win for a second in the series. So we'll go ahead against Marseille. Not too sure how long this episode is going to be. I feel like it's either going to be the whole of the rest of the season or maybe half of it. Depends on how long I have to record, etc., and what we get up to in the episode. I feel like I'm going to try get as much in this episode as possible, maybe even the whole rest of the season.
No, I may love the move there from him. Gets it here to Tyler Morton. Endrick on the turn, shoots. Good save from Jerome Rulli. See, last time we faced more save. Rulli made some insane saves against us. In Harriet now. Forward into Enquiries. Okay, how does this still have the ball? There we go, Bombito. This time gets the ball off him. He's going to be in. Oh, that's lovely there for Echeverry. Can he score at the end of it? Why did he go with that foot? Why did he shoot with his left? Why didn't he shoot with his right? He had time to bend it around the keeper. That deserved to be a goal. The skill beforehand, a great move. Oh, that's frustrating. Mr. Volder. Egan Riley wins the header. Agerd gets it away. Away. Mr. Volder. Nicarte to Tasman. Nabry. Hadi Echeverry. Lifts it up. And that isn't the cross I wanted, but we get a corner from it, so we'll make it work. Wanted it to the back post, but it's where it is. Here's Echeverry. It's a Nabry who can turn. He can hit it, and Nabry needs to do better there. Echeverry. Tyler Morton over the top looking for the Argentinian. Tasman hits it, Rulli saves. Angel Gomez, for the first time, Marseille went really forward in this game, but that's good defending there from us. Tasman, Nabry, Tyler Morton, Echeverry. Goes inside, could he get the shot away? He does, but he hits the post. Merson to Harriet, ball through. Angel Gomes shoots. Grief makes the save. Just for the half-time break. Ball in by Timber. Grief punches it back towards him. And is so wide open, but thankfully Grief makes the save there. Not so sure why no defender came over to block him, but thankfully Grief makes another big save. Ball in again by Timber this time. You can Riley header. Nothing really behind that one. And oh no. He shoots and thankfully drags it wide to the post. Tasman. Endrick up and over one defender. Endrick's in. Can Endrick score? A tame effort. Really saves. Oh no, I've committed to that challenge. I shouldn't have done. Oh, I just kicked up. Oh no. Thank you, Grief. Okay, 10 minutes ago, lots of Isidore Moreira, Leon Bailey on Pavel Such and Cam. Egan Riley's header wide to the post. Thank you there for giving us the ball. Here is Moreira. It's been the hero in the past. Isidore. Pavel Such. And Such scores. As if we're celebrating an 84th minute possible winner here, when this game should have been 3 or 4-0 by like the 60th minute. But substitutes do well there. A ball up wide. Moreira gets it into Isidore. And then plays it across to Pavel Such. I could have played one more there to Leon Bailey, but I didn't want to risk it. I just thought, you know what, Such can finish it. And he does so. Under pressure. Finds the back of the net. Puts us one goal to the good, but I'm not confident that we're going to win this game still. I feel like Marseille are going to get a goal late on. I feel like that's just in the air. Marseille going to score in the 90th minute to get a draw here, despite not deserving it. Singare, Morton. Moreira on the turn. The Portuguese hits it, really saves it. That should be enough for the end of the game. Just kind of running down the clock there. Isidore. Lovely move there from him. Oh, he can ride it, defends him. But there we go. We won the Trophy des Champions. And hopefully that's a sign that we're going to win the league title this season. And again, another Coupe de France. And well, let's cut to the trophy to forget it. And hopefully see Nicarte lift the trophy here. And well, it's straight away right here. There's no point in the cut. The Trophy des Champions is coming to Lyon. You're to see it. I stood the shoots, but the heroes in the end. Pavel Such with the goal late on in the 84th minute. Isidore with the assist. Genuinely, what a sign Isidor's been for us, by the way. Like, he has been incredible. Like, he is just so good in game. I'm not sure what it is about him. Like, he just feels great on the ball. But Niakate lifts the trophy as the captain, his first one as captain of the club. As the last season, it was Tolisso who lifted the Coupe de France. And now it's Niakate lifting the trophies for us. Let's get into the rest of the episode and hopefully, well, have some more success in this one as well. Alright, so as you can see, maybe for the title and thumbnail of the episode, we're going to promote James Cruz into the team. The next Lionel Messi, possibly 85 to 94 potential, 17, 5'7", right-footed, and as you can see, he's got the whipped and quick-step play styles. I prefer him to have a different one instead of whipped pass, but it works. 4-star, pretty decent pace, and overall, obviously not the best stats for a 62 rated player, but he's a 62 rated player, so we're going to bring him into the team. He's going to get some game time, and hopefully we can use him quite often, because I do want to see how good he can be for us in the team. We do also have this talent, by the way, who we're most likely never going to get to use, unfortunately. 93 to 94 potential, but he's 14, which is such a shame, man, because 93 to 94 potential is insane. That is so rare to get. And of course, I always get the best potentials on the youngest players that I never get to use in career mode. As you can see, most of my talents are 14 to 15. And I never get to use them in my series. That's been the biggest issue for me this year. I feel like the Youth Academy gives you so many players that are 14 to 15 that you just don't get to use for so long. And especially for the YouTube series, I can't use this player in the series unless I do a 4-season or 5-season career mode. And even then, it's not going to be the highest rated by the time he gets into the team, which is the issue. Yeah, I mean, I feel like in previous years, last year, I found some pretty decent talents, and previous year as well, I feel like you found talents that you could actually bring into the team and feel comfortable using. But a little mini rant over, but we're going to bring Jim Cruz into the squad, and hopefully he can have a good impact for us off the bench in a few games in today's episode. Alright, so after winning the Trophy des Champions, we're now going to take on PSG in the league. As you can see, we're currently top of the table, 5 points ahead of them, undefeated still. Only conceding 10 goals this season, which is pretty impressive. And Jim Cruz, by the way, will make his debut off the bench in this game, hopefully. Let's get into this one against PSG and hopefully defeat them again in this series as we did so earlier this season and we did last season as well. So right now we have a pretty good record against PSG. Also, he does have the deep man playmaker roles as double plus, and obviously Sangare doesn't yet. I'm hoping that with the bruiser play style and decent stats he can do well as we get caught here by Dembele. He plays it across there to Vitinha, and Greek makes another save here. Not a great start for us against PSG, but hopefully we can get into this game as we do well there to defend them. Nwame forward to Endrick, and blocked by Doué. That's going to be a handball, and it's going to be a free kick for us. So they're currently the top scoring team in the league. We're the best defence in the league, and the best team in the league since we're undefeated. Endrick takes it down, shoots, and Chevalier makes a save. Seems like it might be a pretty open game. We should have to see Nwame. You know, why not? Nwame finesse it from here. Nwame shoots Chevalier with the save. It's not the first time pass after the throw-in, but here goes Doué. Just to defend him. Obviously, we've got his brother in the team on the other side of the pitch. Ball in. It's going to be taken down by Bambito, and Ruiz going to collect it. Why did it pass it straight to Hernandez there, man? It's Dembele. Bambito, there we go. Kinawame. Endrick. Back into the Nwame now. Cut inside, he can shoot. And he can score in off the post. A lovely finish there. He had a similar attempt on the other side of the pitch. And Chevalier made the save. And we cut inside from the corner. But this time, on the side of the pitch you just prefer, he scores here to make it 1-0 to us. It's been coming, to be fair. It's been a fairly open game though. This one's going to be an interesting one. But we take the lead in off the post there for Nwame. As you can see, James Cruz in the celebrations there was excited to see Nwame scored a play that he's going to replace in this game at some point, hopefully. Ray Doué. Tell Morton picking the ball off in Vitinha. Say Emery, please don't happen. Thank you, Greif, for the save. Vitinha shoots, crosses it, sorry. It was about a block. I feel like PSG got to score before the half-time break, and it's going to be really frustrating. Hakimi, Ustavoda is going to be a corner to them. It's turning into a bit of a scrappy game over here at the end of the first half. Ball in. Gnabry takes it down, gets it away. Kind of Echeverri. Referee, I mean, fair enough, I guess. Kvaratskhelia. Doué did make the challenge there, but didn't get the ball. João Neves. Ousmane Dembele. Doué's brother, Desiree Doué. Back here to Vitinha, inside. Ousmane Dembele, grief for the save. Series, because he is incredible. Pacho's header, grief for the save again. Case in point right there. Kvaratskhelia in. Pacho again, grief for the save. Can we defend the corner, please? It would be great if we can just get the ball away. Kvaratskhelia in, looking for Pacho. Gnabry heads it away. There we go. Asking shall receive. Oh, wow. Right, we're still defending though. Ball through. Bombito, great block. Hakimi. Ustavoda, what a block. And he keeps the ball as well. Finds Morton. Can find Such. Up into Isidore. As a run on Moreira. Moreira cuts inside. And it's 2-0. What a play Moreira is, by the way. I feel like every time he comes off the bench, he does something. He may not always score, but I feel like he always is just involved in the play in a crucial moment. We saw it against Marseille. He got the assist to the assist. And a pass into Isidore, but this time he cuts inside. Ronaldo chop, bends it into the far corner, and makes it 2-0. And in another crowd, Moreira would be a first team player, but Echeverri's ahead of him. He had Mada Fofana ahead of him last season. But I feel like Moreira is definitely a player that, given some first team football in a team, a guaranteed first team football, he can grow massively in career mode and become a great player. We may have to sign him again in the future. Here comes Fabian. Kvaratskhelia. Vitinha. João Neves. Oh, it's bad from us, Vitinha. But what a save by Grief again. And Cruz, what he wants a goal on his debut against PSG. And here he goes, the next Lionel Messi. Is on Selfish, gets it to Isidore. Such, denied it by Chevalier. I wanted Cruz to get the goal there, but I couldn't get past the defender there. And then Isidore stopped us running in a crucial moment, which then ruined everything there. But thankfully, we managed to find Such, who got the pass, or got the shot away. Moreira. Oh, referee has tried to power shot that with Sangore. Just let me have some fun. They were weak PSG though, 2-0 away from home. A big win for us to get more points clear top of the table and stay undefeated. You see what it means to the fans. I say, you know, that this season we're possibly the team that are going to win the league title, and we're winning games like this. That is what's going to make us champions. As you can see, PSG had more shots than us, but a lot of those were from corners. And Grief with the man of the match performance, that's fair, to be fair. He played great, made a bunch of big saves. It's a big win for us this season again against PSG. Alright, so after that game against PSG, I decided to sim all the way up into the Champions League round of the 16 phase. And as you can see, we had a bunch of pretty decent games for us to sim in the league. Some pretty easy games you can see. We managed to get by. We even simmed against Marseille in the semi-final of the Coupe de France. Since we've already played Marseille twice this season, I thought, you know what, let's sim against them. I believe in our team that can beat them. And we did, so we're through to the final again of the Coupe de France and hopefully can win it. But most importantly, we're going to be taking on Dortmund here away from home in the round of the 16 of the Champions League. Let's get straight into this one and hopefully defeat Dortmund here in the home stadium. And well, this game is more than just a round of 16 of the Champions League, because they won the Champions League last season under Hansi Flick as their new manager. They also beat us in the Super Cup final to start the season off with, in a game that we should have won. So we won the Europa League last season, they won the Champions League. So knocking them out here will be big for us to get revenge against them, and also to prove that we are the favourites to win the trophy this season, as well, one of the favourites to win it, as we tried to do so. Tasman's shot that was blocked. Jim Cruz is also on the bench again for this game. Gnabry. I'll do work there from him. Gnabry, the former Bayern Munich man, hits it just over the bar low. Bellingham. Switches it out wide here. To find Lanes, the former Mexican talent, the free agent in the game. Tyler Morton. And carry the ball forward for his Enquiries. Echeverry ahead of his former Man City teammate. Yankuta, but I was hoping Yankuta will continue running straight. You know, with that cut back, but could cut back against him and get a shot away, but he stopped and it worked out for him. Tesman, good work there, but it's from Smaffo back to Silva. And Svensson, he's been the most attacking player in the team. Ball through to Fabio Silva, who's offside. Yeah, we can't pass the ball for anything in this game right now. There we go. An actual forward pass being played. Love to see it. Echeverry drives into the space. Echeverry, and allowed all the way through when he scores. It's poor defending from Dortmund there, you've got to say. And Claudio Echeverry scores for us here. His third goal in the Champions League this season. He's not been the most prolific player in the first team in played games for us, but he's been a great player in the team as a squad player for us to have, as a player that can work well and get the ball forward. As he scored a few goals for us, got a couple of assists in played games. And he's overall a great player. He's such a great player to have in that left wing position to just give the ball to. He can get it forward and get an attack going. Echeverry here scores to make it 1-0 to us. And like I said, we want to knock Dortmund out of this competition for multiple reasons. They won it last season, and also they beat us in the Super Cup final in a game that we should have won. So where's Dean Svensson in midfield? This is actually a left back for the Myro, but he's playing like at cam. Okay, Endrick. Ball forward into Echeverry. He can cut inside again. Echeverry inside, this time to Endrick. That's a great finish. It's 2-0. The composure on shoulder from Endrick is his fourth of the season in the Champions League. And that's a great goal. Echeverry does well to create it. Endrick gets into the space. The composure, the skill, and the finish there to make it 2-0 to us. Just for the half-time break, we should have to see. And hopefully going into the half-time break, we can defend this lead in the second half and add to it in that as well. There's a big loss for us in the team, but Jane Cruz is impressed. And a small comment he's had as Cruz to Endrick. In it, that pasta wasn't the best. I wanted to either go through the centre or down the side. Don't do both with the pasta game. Okay, Maximilian and Byers going for them now to replace Lanes. He probably should be in the team to begin with, but interesting. Nabry. Waiting for Cruz. Can Cruz get his first goal for us? Ain't necessary, and Cruz has done so. The next lead, now Messi has scored in the Champions League against Dortmund on his debut in the Champions League as well, his first game. And it's a great finish as well. Under pressure. Puts it near post past Kobel. Off his chest, one touch there. And on the half volley under pressure from Anton Kobel. He finds the back of the net. And what a finish that is from the next Messi. That's a big moment for him in the series as well. Adeyemi. Trying to dig Dortmund back out of this game. And Svensson gets that all wrong with a shot, but it actually works out to be a perfect pass to Emecha. I respect the effort, but Adeyemi. There's one Beto, good defending. I'm not liking this, I'm really not liking this. Adeyemi shoots, and that's going to be a safe and grief and no penalty, thankfully. I think I'm going to bring on Isidore in a second. Next time the ball goes out. Calafiori, there we go. Morton, great defending. Now Pavlicic, why not from range? Pavlicic hits it. I miss scoring long shots, man. I really do. Used to be so fun to take finesse shots from there and power shots and be able to score them. But unless you have that finesse shot plus, you can't do that in this game. Most of the time. It's Fabio Silva. Mobito got blocked out for a corner to them though. Such intercepts. There we go, Cruz. Isidore. Falling into Cruz, going to get a double. On his Champions League debut, Cruz denied by Kobo the second time round. Bayer. A chance of the game for Dortmund. From Beto, great challenge there. And that should be it. And Dortmund should be at the Champions League here after they beat us in the Super Cup. They won the Champions League last season, and Hansi Flick, as their manager, is wondering what happened to his team, because they come to this game and they haven't really performed. And we beat them fairly comfortably. Cruz having a great game off the bench. And, well, we should be through to the quarterfinals of the Champions League after semi-finals, sorry, after it's quarterfinals, yeah. This is the round of the sim. We should be through to the quarterfinals after beating Dortmund here in the first leg, 3-0. We're going to swim the second leg, and we should be through to the quarterfinals here. Alright, so that's going to call it for the end of today's episode. I haven't got the most amount of time to get the rest recorded, so there's going to be another episode out. Hopefully tomorrow. I'm going to hopefully get back into daily uploads again, and we can finish this Lyon series, maybe win the Champions League next episode as well. As you can see, we're currently on 67 points, quite a bit ahead of PSG in second place. So the lead title should be out. We obviously won the Trophy des Champions earlier in the episode. We're going to be taking on PSG in the Coupe de France final in this episode. And in the Champions League, as you saw, we defeated Dortmund 3-0. And we should be through to the next stage of that competition there. And I want to see this one 0-0, okay. As you can see, Barca are playing Real Madrid 1-1 here. Liverpool going to go through, we're going to go through. Inter might knock out PSG, Bayern doing well. This one's close, I'd give it to PSV though. Man City against Atletico Madrid is close as well, but I'd give it to Man City there. So then we're certainly going to go through. But what an episode it's been. And also we found a great young talent in Jim Cruz, who's been, honestly, he's felt great in game. Honestly, like, he's only 62 rated, but stats-wise this season, he's only played 30 games for us with 2 goals and 1 assist. Looking pretty good. I'm going to try getting more game time in the second team as well as the first team next episode. But he's been great for us. As you can see, he does has potential to be special, so it should be a big player for us in this team, who I do want to give a lot of game time to. Unfortunately, though, for Leon Bailey, that means he's going to drop in game time a little bit, but I feel like I'd rather play Cruz ahead of him as a backup player, due to him being a young talent, more fun to use, etc. But Leon Bailey is a great player that we can use in bigger games when we need to. But right now the team's looking absolutely incredible. So the signings we have made have worked perfectly for us in this team. And right now we're looking like a team that can win everything. Morton up to an 82. He's grown massively this season, man. He is so good at CDM. Defense is looking great. Grief in goal is great. Backup players are incredible. I mean, the players that we actually use, like Moreira, Isidore, Cruz, Leon Bailey, Sulic, and also Sangaro. We've got Maitland-Niles can be for us as well. We also brought in Willie Kwambala, by the way, as a backup centre-back. I forgot to show you that in today's episode. We had a bit of money to spend. Also, we had to let go of Clinton Mata. He wanted to leave, so we brought in Kwambala, the former Man United talent, to be backup centre-back for us. And you know what? He's going to go on the bench instead of Clivert, I think, for a bit, to give him some game time, if we can do so next episode. But that is going to call it for this one. If you're going to enjoy the episode, drop a like and subscribe. And as always, thank you for watching, and goodbye. Alright, so to kick off today's episode off, we're going to take on Liverpool here in the quarter-final first leg of the Champions League here, as you can see, away from home in Anfield for this game here. But also one thing I want to show you is we actually have already been crowned champions of Ligue. We're on 76 points with 5 games to go. We're undefeated, and we've been crowned champions already. So the next home game we have, I'll play it and get a trophy for that. But we've had a very easy road to the title this season. We beat PSG quite easy when we faced them. Marseille were more of a challenge for us in the series than PSG have been. As you can see right now, we're undefeated, top of the table, and already champions with 5 games left to go. So that's great for us. We can now focus on winning the Coupe de France for second season in a row. We're in the final of this one against PSG, and also try and win the Champions League. And speaking of that, let's get into the game against Liverpool to start the episode off with, and hopefully defeat them here. Well, wider to Mo Salah, who's obviously had an awful season compared to last season. The ball short to Salah by Szoboszlai, who's been more saviour this season IRL. So defensive. Whoever this manager is for them, they are just defending for their life right now. Echeverri. Inside it. Echeverri, good move here. He shoots, and it's blocked by Konate. It's our first shot of the game. It's Milic Kokes. Tesman. Echeverri on the turn. Gets past Frimpong. Echeverri. Shoots near post, Addison saves. I should have maybe tried to draw that across, but it was coming towards a half-time break. The referee's not giving us a throw-in as well. Get into it. If I score with Tyler Morton, I won't celebrate with him. Did a respect celebration. I see he's a Liverpool Youth Academy talent that they could have done with the season, but they're sold into Lyon. Nuame, oh, lovely move, definitely. Can he score at the end of that? Nuame, that's a great goal. The roulette to get past, I believe, Konate or Militao, one of the two, and make it 1-0 hit that's a great goal. That is just fantastic. The bit of skill, then the composure for the finish to beat Addison in net. As you'll see right here, just the roulette, spins him, see you later, Militao. And that is 1-0 Lyon. Wish us to see. And we finally get a bit of excitement in this game because it's been so boring so far. And hopefully can get a couple more goals in this one. So against Dortmund in the round of 16, we did beat them 3-0 in the first leg, so we simmed the second one. And I'm hoping we can do a similar thing against Liverpool here, like beat them fairly comfortably here at Anfield and sim the home leg. McAllister, Mohamed Salah, Gnabry, how was that for? If they scored into this, thank you. I was going to say, how is that ricocheted? Wait, they're going to get a free kick even though Ekitike was on the ball. If I'm Liverpool, I am annoyed there. First is now on for Salah. But I don't get how that's actually worked out for them. Szoboszlai, Grieve for the save. Don't know where this game is feeling towards the end. I feel like Liverpool are going to get a goal even though they've done nothing all game. But here goes Echeverri, lovely move. And Echeverri bends it into the far corner. Alisson needs to do better there. Liverpool defensively need to do better. Frimpong was at the error there. He stepped up with Echeverri. And Echeverri saw that. He played the first-time pass around the corner and ran into the space behind him that Frimpong left. And well, Tyler Morton's probably going to get a yellow card for that challenge he had. So I might bring on Sangare for the rest of the game. Just, sure out midfield and make it a bit more defensive. Ekitike. There's Brian Burtz. Inside the Gakpo, and that's a very bad effort from him. Got that from Moreira. Wait, ref, no, you're not giving a free. Oh my god, he's giving a free kick for that. He got pushed into the ball, ref. That is disgraceful. So Szoboszlai scored. Of course he does. Of course he does. He literally got barged from behind into the ball. When I should have I stood there with Moreira to take it down, to then turn and make a run, and the player from behind pushed him into the ball and it gave a handball. If we don't score again, I'm not going to be happy with this performance. Isidore, James Cruz, the next leader, Messi running through, and he scores. A very tame effort, but it goes in. It's 3-1, and the next Messi gets his second goal in the Champions League. His first was against Dortmund, and a great finish. This one, not as good of a finish. It was a very tame one. The ball was kind of stuck under his feet. Pavel Such with the assist, as you can see here. He just side-foots it with not a lot of power, but it goes underneath Alisson, who needs to do better there. But the next Lionel Messi scores for us here to give us a 2-goal lead again in this game, which was to see. Szoboszlai again saving them like this. Has been such a realistic Liverpool game. I've just realised Szoboszlai scored a free kick. Granted, it shouldn't have been given. Szoboszlai saves them with a free kick or something. Defensively, they were bad. Attack-wise, they did nothing pretty much all game. Is Alexander Isak. Go for the defender card. That was the defending, just waiting for him to make his move. Moreira inside there to Isidore. And these two just work together. I'm not sure what it is about Moreira and Isidore, but they just have chemistry. And Moreira's denied by Alisson. Let's give it a shot to Cruz. Such. Cruz. Curtis Jones drops him. That should be the end of the game. No, it's going to be a 3-1 win. Away at Anfield. You'd love to see it. And I will sim the second leg. I'm not comfortable simming it, but I feel like we should get the win. We beat whoever this Liverpool manager is, who just... Yeah, Liverpool were just so defensive in this game. Attacking-wise, they did have a few opportunities, yes, but they just weren't good. It was such a boring game, but we get a little bit of fun out of it. We score 3 goals. And overall, we deserved to win. Not so sure how they got a man of the match performance like someone in their team when we should have got it, but it is where it is. And we get the big win in the first leg here against Liverpool. And well, as I mentioned, the Ligue title has already been wrapped up for us. So here we are with the trophy lift. As you can see, it's got gold standard everything. This is actually kind of nice to see this set up for the Ligue trophy lift. We're going to step up to lift the trophy. Now, obviously, Lyon haven't won in a decent amount of time, but they won it here in the series to be in third last season, close to the title. And we're winning it this season, dominantly beating every other team in Ligue 1 to it. Obviously, we still have the Champions League to try and win, the Coupe de France to try and win for a second time in this series. But Lyon are back at the top of French football. Let's hopefully put them at the top of European football to end this series in today's episode, hopefully. However, to do that and put Lyon at the top of European football, we first have to get past Manchester City in the Champions League semi-finals. So the first leg is at home, but as you can see, Bayern Munich are currently defeating Barcelona in that one there. So we might be facing Bayern if it reaches the Champions League final this season. As first of all, step into this one against Man City, and I do believe they have actually sacked Pep Guardiola. So Pep is no longer the manager at Man City. So it's going to be interesting seeing how Man City play going into this game. Let's get into this one at home, and hopefully, like Dortmund and Liverpool, get a fairly comfortable win in the first leg so we can sim the second one and advance into the final of the Champions League. Because after this one, we do have the final of the Coupe de France to play. So we hopefully can win this one against Man City fairly easily, get into this game against PSG, and then focus everything on the final of the Champions League against most likely Bayern Munich in that one if we get there. Rodri, ball over the top to find Savinho. That's going to be offside against the Brazilian. Tasman, the way finds Nwame. Endrick, please. Oh, he's offside. That's frustrating because he could have been. It's so easily onside there. I need to see the line because I feel like he was onside, but to be fair, no, he's offside yet. He's been a big play for us this season from my Arsenal and Bayern Munich man. Endrick inside. Echeverry lays off to Gnabry, who somehow didn't get a goal there. He should have. I don't know how he messed it up. I think the defender made a challenge last second that forced him to mess up the shot a little bit, but I tried to do a first time shot there with him, but it didn't work. Not just played a simple normal ball. Amouche inside looking for Haaland on the header, who heads it, but Grief has a comfortable save there. Great move there. Here's Endrick. Great ball, Echeverry. Please finish it. Why did you take that on that foot? In what ward would he do that? In what ward would you shoot on that foot there? Echeverry, of course, it's blocked by Rodri as well. That's so frustrating. I literally purposely did a finesse shot there because the ball was on his other foot there to bend it into the far corner, and it switches it for no reason to take the shot. And right now we are just fairly comfortable in this game. We haven't scored, which is the issue. That seems to be the issue for us this season. I'm not too sure why it is. It's been so since the start of the season. We've had so many games like this. Echeverry shoots, but it floats over the bar. And of course, the second wanted him to do something, he didn't. We do want to defend again there. This game's been so frustrating right now. So we've been by far the better team, but somehow we can't get a single goal. It is jarring. Because I know I'm going to concede. Man City are going to get a lucky bounce or something like this, but they're going to get a goal from. Lovely passing play there. Tasman, Nwame. Endrick. Oh, that is a jar. Oh my god, I'm actually going to lose my head. I'm going to lose my head, man. Endrick, though. I feel like he's got a goal in him in this game. Echeverry. Here it is. And why did he jump for that? I wanted to flick it onto Nwame. There's just been those moments in this game that the final pass at the final moment has just gone wrong for us for no reason. Do I? Endrick, come on, lad. Tasman, why not? From range, Tasman, the American. Not room over the save. Lovely move there. Such. Back here to Tasman. American. Back here to Cruz. The next Messi. He wins this game. Cruz shoots Donnarumma, makes a save. I don't know what to do here, because crossing it has not worked for us in this series, but I'm going to have to try it. Usavolda, please win this header for everything. Ball in towards the Dutchman, who doesn't even try. Gvardiol heads it away. And we'll just head it straight to Marmouche there. That's poor from me. I should have kept the ball. We've sort of drawn this game 0-0. I'm frustrated. This game should not have ended 0-0. How did this game end 0-0? I couldn't tell you. Well, I can tell you. I don't get how it has. I really don't. I was getting to the second leg. I'm battered City at the Etihad. I'm going into the game with frustration, rage, anger, everything. And well, we go here in the final, well, not the final, I wish it was a final, the semi-final second leg. And after that 0-0 draw in the first leg, I'm coming to this game just wanting like an 8-0 win. Genuinely, like an 8-0 win, it would be so cathartic. You know, just something like that, just a bunch of goals for us to just run through this Man City team that we should have done in the first leg. I need Endrick to do more. It's not a bad episode, not going to lie, but he's not scored yet in today's episode, as far as I remember. Endrick, lovely move there from him. Can he get inside as well? There are going to be repercussions for this team. Oh, you're taking a piss game. Thank you, Grief, because if I conceded there, I would have actually jumped out a window. That's a joke. YouTube, that's a joke. Lovely move, Echeverri. No, mate. Why have you run past the ball? Why did he run past the ball? I know he's the most likely going to win a header against Gvardiol, but at least wait for the ball to drop. Echeverri, love that from you. Hits it, Donnarumma saves that for a corner. Got 3 midfielders around him. Usavolda. Echeverri. Gets inside here. It's very twisted and turning. Shoots near post of the room. It's a save. Okay, Rodri. Hold that 1 meter. Great challenge. This game's got a bit feisty in the last couple of minutes. Echeverri from range of the room. Puts it out for a throw in. Hopefully Nwame is not actually injured. He can run it off. Gnabry. Lovely move, Gnabry. Thank you, get the ball. We're not celebrating until we are like 2 or 3 goals up in this game. Why do players not pick up the ball in this game? Why do they just constantly just kick the ball into the net? Okay, let's skip the celebration. Marmouche. Good defending there from Doué. No, mate. Yeah, he's going to be out injured in for us. He's going to get like a 5-month injury or something. I can feel it coming. Gnabry. Inside. 2-0. Again, get the ball. Gnabry at the double. But I'm not happy. I'm not happy yet. Let's take off Echeverri whilst I'm here. Not Echeverri. Let's take off Nwame and bring on Cruz. Both games. I could play Leon Bailey, but I'd rather play Cruz, to be honest. A bit more fun playing the Youth Academy talent. Marmouche. Good work there from Doué. How is that a free kick? He got the ball. Someone check this referee's like bank balance, man, because how is that? Thank you, Haaland. I'm not too sure what he tried to do there, but thank you. Here we go. Cruz is onside. He's not the fastest, but he's not the slowest either. Cruz is through. The next. Lionel Messi misses. Penalty ref, surely. I had no advantage in that build-up, by the way, as well. Gvardiol was all over him. This referee is interesting, to say the least. He gave a free kick for that a minute ago. And no advantage there is insane. Because Marmouche had to hold a Cruz's shirt like he owed him money. Gnabry, Morton. Back into Cruz, good move. There's it across. Oh, that pass was so... How was that pass so tame? That makes no sense. Gnabry, oh, Gnabry gets it back though. Gnabry through. Endrick, we can celebrate now. It's 3-0. This has been
a kind of cathartic experience beating Man City 3-0 here after that 0-0 draw in the first leg. I feel like we should have scored more goals in this game, but 3-0 so far we take. But losing Nwame to injury is not great. That's the downside to that. To this game so far, losing him to injury. But there's 10 or so minutes after the game, or 17 or so minutes after the game. So we got to try and get more goals. I want more goals. I need more goals. Enquiries. Doué gets them a corner. Here comes City trying to get a goal later on to just get them a consolation goal. Doku. Bernardo Silva. Foden. Shoots. Good save there from Grief. Why have you just passed it straight to Ruben Diaz there, Grief? I'm clearly trying to pass that straight into that space to get an attack going last second. That's annoying, because we could have had another goal there. But it's a 3-0 win, and we're through to the final. It wasn't as cathartic as I wanted, because that injury to Nwame has put a downer on this whole win here, but we're through to the final. And let's just hope that Nwame can play the Coupe de France final and also the Champions League final for the final 2 games of the series. Well, as you can see, it's the Player of the Season award. And recently, it's not been any of our players in any career mode. Again, it's Ousmane Dembele. Why show us this if it's not one of our players? This actually really annoys me in career mode. That this loads up despite it not being a player in your team that wins it. But in the Ballon d'Or ceremony, as far as I remember, unless they fixed it, it doesn't show you the ceremony, even if you do win it. Alright, so here we are, the Coupe de France finals. Last season would be RC Lens in this competition, 4-1 in the end to win the trophy. And as you can see, Nwame is fine for this game. He only picked up like a week injury, so he's fine for this game. And also obviously he's fine for the Champions League final as long as he doesn't get injured. Getting this game here, let's get straight into this one. And hopefully win a back-to-back Coupe de France, win the double, well, technically the treble in France. We've won the Trophy de Champion, we've won the Ligue, and we're looking to also win Coupe de France again for a second season in a row. Let's get into this one and hopefully win our fourth trophy of the series. Nwame. Out wide here to Nwame. And we're going to cut it back. Sad to Gnabry. So he played great against Man City, scoring 2 goals, and Lucas Hernandez has been involved in some interesting headlines recently. So, I've got to keep an eye on that to see if he actually is guilty of what, I'm not going to say where it is, but if you look it up, it's a bit mad what it's been linked to. Hendrick. And Nwame, sorry, Chevalier with a save. Every first half of this episode has been so far. Vitinha. Still going here is Vitinha. Inside there too, Ousmane Dembele. Bombito blocks. And now we can send Enquiries. Inside it to Gnabry. One more to Hendrick. Chevalier strike into the back of there. It's 1-0. Hendrick has had a fairly quiet episode. He's not been as good as a player, as a solo player in terms of scoring goals as last season, but I feel like his overall improvement as he plays in the team. He's not scored as many goals as he did last season, but he's got a bunch more goal contributions in total, if I'm not mistaken, than he did last season so far. But he scores here to make it 1-0 in the Coupe de France final. Jean Neves. Kvaratskhelia. They score straight from kick-off. Thank you, Grief, for the save. What a goalkeeper he's been in this series, by the way. He's been unbelievable. Kvaratskhelia in. Jean Neves header goalwards. Tasman comfortably deals with it, though. Echeverry just lets keep me over the ball there. For some reason, he didn't pass the ball, even though I told him to. Lee Kang-in, blocked by Bombito, but they served the ball. Jean Neves. Ousmane Dembele. You know what? I'm just going to skip so I don't rage about that goal, because that was, Bombito's there. What a game he's had so far. Hendrick through to the Wame. Wame across. Echeverry 2-0. 2-0, 2-1. I wish it was 2-0. The Argentine scores for us his 4th goal in 4 games in the Coupe de France. And what a play he's been, by the way. To replace Malen Fofana wasn't going to be easy, but I feel like he definitely has done. At the start, he was kind of struggling in the team to really get goals, etc. But he's really stepped up in the final half of the season in terms of getting goals and stuff like that, and assists. And he's always been a great player in the team. He's such a great player in Corona, man. If we do end the series after 2 seasons with Lyon, it's a player that I do want to use again in the future, man, because I feel like with players like, Oscar Bob and also Echeverry and some players that we've brought in, like James McCarthy as well, and 3 Man City talents, I just said. Obviously, James McCarthy no longer a Man City talent, and same with Oscar Bob now playing for Fulham. But I feel like every time we've signed them, they've had... Well, Echeverry's had a big impact in this team, but I feel like we end the series pretty quickly after signing them, so I don't really get to use them as much as I want to. So I feel like maybe in a little bit, Cherki could be a player we use again in a series if we feel like he can fit a team. I feel like in this team, he's really been the perfect player for us at left wing. Gnabry, what a pass that is. Echeverry, Hendrick, through to Nwame. 3-1, that's a great goal. We've finally woken up in this game. Nwame with his 1st goal of the season in the Coupe de France. He's not the biggest goal scorer for us in the team. He's kind of our least important attacker. And that's how I describe him. But he's still a big player for us in the team. I like him a lot in the team. He's a good player to get the ball to and get the ball forward with. He doesn't score the most amount of goals, doesn't get the most amount of assists. But he's kind of like a great player that gets the ball forward with the team. He's a great team player in the squad. Gnabry on the turn. Chevalier, we take it. I'm not too sure what really happened there, but we take it. That's one of the weirdest goals I've scored in a while, I feel like, but we take it, man. It's 4-1. What an episode Gnabry's had, by the way. What a season he's had. We brought him as a free agent from, obviously, Bayern Munich. We brought him on a pre-contract. I'm not sure what really happened there, but we take it. It's 4-1. And Gnabry gets the goal. Oh no, we're giving the ball back. Dembele, Cruz for the save. Yeah, let's bring on Enquiries for the final few moments of the game. Usman Dembele, PSG trying to find themselves another goal. Coutinho to Dembele, who's somehow onside there. And it's 4-2. I don't get why he's onside. I don't know why Doué played him onside, but it's where it is. He gets the ball away there. That's not his fault though. It's a game being just a game. Bombito steals it. Bombito just driving with the ball here. There we go, end of the game. It's a 4-2 win that's cut to the trophy lift. And we beat PSG here 4-2. It should have been 4-0. Both goals we conceded were kind of but it is where it is. Let's cut to the trophy lift for the 2nd season in a row. We win the Coupe de France. And well, for the 4th time in this series, we step up to lift the trophy. And for the 3rd time as captain, Iacarte is going to do so. Make sure to see, obviously, he lifted the Trophée des Champions, the Ligue, and also had the Coupe de France. Last season it was Taiso who was the captain who was sold at the start of the season to bring in big players to replace the team, or to improve the team elsewhere, which has worked out for us. Well, next up's going to be the Champions League final, and hopefully we can see similar scenes and see us lift the Champions League. Let's get into the final and hopefully end the series off with winning the biggest trophy possible for a club, but in football. And well, as you can see, for the Champions League final, we're taking on Bayern Munich here, who got past, as you can see, Barcelona in that one, 4-1 overall in that one. I see Barcelona and Bayern Munich have been pretty big rivals in the Champions League over the years. Obviously, Bayern Munich have been the better team against them over the years as well, with some emphatic wins against them. But let's look into the Bayern Munich team, and we're about to face in this final, and hopefully it's one we can beat. Kane, Musiala, Diaz, Elise, obviously Kimmich, Goretzka, Davies, Tar, Ito, Bowie, Irving in goal with Bischoff, Stanisic, Gerard Martin, Leonard Cole, Sieb, Katam Ashia and Peretz on the bench. They've won all 5 of the last games. It's a decent team. Well, it's a pretty good team actually, to be fair. So some great young talents on the bench, like Leonard Cole, obviously Bischoff as well. Pretty big talents. So get into this one though, against this Bayern Munich team and hopefully win the Champions League here. The plane, yeah, interesting that he's the midfielder instead of Kimmich. At least Kimmich playing right back, it seems. Speaking of the captain, he's travelling forward with the ball here. Joshua Kimmich to Elise. We see how Kane shoots and agree for the save. We get something going, Nuame. Side to Nabri, so the former Bayern Munich man that was signed on a pre-contract from them. Endrick through, Nuame to make it 1-0, but Nubel makes a save. Gonna go short to Nuame, Echeverri. Goes it to Nuame now, can drift inside, he can shoot, blocked by Stanisic. Jamal Musiala to Kane. Musiala plays through here. Plays it out wider to Diaz. It's great defending there from Doué. Elise now. Good play here. Ustavoda blocks, and it's somehow falling back to Musiala again. He travels it, and Greece makes a save. Okay, near the end of the first half. Nabri through to Endrick, and Endrick. Oh, it's such a poor finish. How is that finish going straight at the keeper and then aiming bottom corner? Bito blocks it with his first possession. Palinha. Diaz. There's Nabri. It was Diaz from Bito, good defending. Nabri gets it to Tasman. Tasman now and play through Endrick 1-on-1 with Nubel, and Endrick this time beats him. No finesse this time, I went with straight power. And Endrick makes it 1-0 in the Champions League final against Bayern Munich. Throw on goal, 1-on-1. Beats Nubel, never in doubt there. Well, a little bit of doubt due to the miss he did in the first half, not going to lie, but that is because I went for a finesse shot and for some reason it just booted it, well, kicked it straight at Nubel instead of aiming bottom corner where I was actually aiming. But Endrick this time scores. There's 1-0 here to us. Echeverri goes it back. Going to beat Jonathan Tar here, and he's still going at Echeverri, but Tar gets in there, but it's falling to Endrick. Can turn, finesse it, shoots, blocked. Force Echeverri, whose header can't go in the back of the net, unfortunately for us there. Echeverri still over it currently, and I think I'm going to get Endrick take it due to the power that he does have over. But Endrick here from the free kick, and we score it. This would be great to make it 2-0 and get a brace for Endrick in this final. From the free kick, he hits it over the bar. It's not the best effort, but it's not the worst effort either. Okay, bad mistake there from them. And that should be 2. Nuame there. Jonathan Tar made a massive and fatal error for Bayern in this final. Passing it straight to Endrick. And he gets it across to Nuame for a simple tap-in. That's a big error there from the German. And Nuame makes him pay for doing so. And you know what? We're going to bring on Cruz in the final for the last 20 or so minutes of the game. Forward with the ball here. Into the box. It's a good cross, and for some reason I got left, and Elise completely made a mess of that. And more on forward, and that's going to be a 2-0 victory in the UCL final against Bayern Munich. And Lyon are now at the top of French football and European football. It's cut to the trophy lift and seen here Carte lift its Champions League trophy here. And well, here we are, a much deserved trophy lift here for the Champions League. Obviously, our substitutes don't really get much to do in this game since coming on, but they've been great players for us throughout the series. But Nia Carte steps up as captain to lift the Champions League, the blue and white ribbons on the trophy. Love to see it. And what a player Nia Carte has been for us at centre back throughout this whole series, and deserves to lift the Champions League. He has been a big player for us. And Lyon are officially champions of Europe. And well, we're one of the biggest trophies in club football. Have won, 4 trophies in French football. The only trophy we didn't win was the UEFA Super Cup, which we should have won as well. Well, let's get into the menu, look at the stats of the players, and wrap up the series. And what a series it's been, as Lyon are officially the best team in the world now in the series here. And well, first of all, in terms of clean sheets, Dominic Griefer 21 in 56 games, and one assist to his name, which is pretty impressive, as you can see. Well, I can't even speak. He was such a great goalkeeper for us in the series, man. He's incredible. 6'6", 83 overall. He is incredible in goal. In terms of most goals, as you can see, Gnabry with 18 and 10, a great season from him. Endrick with 18 and 12. Isidore in our second team and even coming off the benches. But Isidore, by the way, is incredible in the game. I feel like I need to use him as a starting striker in a team at some point. But Isidore is 17 and 5. Incredible season from him. Pavel Such in the second team, 14 and 10. Echeverry, 12 and 7. He's been great for us this season. Nwame, 11 and 12. Moreira, 7 and 4. Cruz, and it's Messi with 4 goals and 1 assist. And Maitland-Niles, even in the second team, doing pretty decent with 4 and 5. But yeah, what a team this has been. As you can see by the stats of the players, it's been a very a team unit. There's not been one standout player in terms of like goals and assists. You know, like with one player having like 40 goals, and then the rest have been like 10 and 7 sort of thing. As you can see, Gnabry with 18 and Endrick with 18, the most amount of goals scored in the team. And what a player Gnabry was to bring in as a free agent, by the way. He's been incredible for us. Endrick, 18 and 12. 30 goal contributions in obviously 39 games, incredible from him. And what a player he has been at striker this season. But that's going to wrap up the series. If you've got to enjoy it, drop a like and subscribe. And as always, thank you for watching, and goodbye.